insiders, and man, are we excited to be here today.
It's a party, baby!
There's really only one way to start this show. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Had to do it because we may never hear it again.
Hold on. I got something else for you. Since you did that, here we go.
Bow to the master.
Awesome. Nice. Just make sure to go like this. Nice. But yes, we of course are going to talk about that. It was big news for the week. It happened on ESPN, which is kind of insane too, that it happened on a sports network. So, but yes, we'll get to that. But awesome. Welcome, guys. It's been a little bit. This is going to be a little bit of a different show because we are going to kind of do half wrap up and half predictions because we had to get our Mania predictions in because honestly, there's no other time we could do it. That's the bottom line. We have a very, very, very busy week. As I'm sure all of you know, there is so much going on in wrestling with, we've got the final Raw tomorrow. We've got the final NXT tomorrow, Tuesday. We've got the final SmackDown on Thursday. We have we have AEW on Wednesday. On Friday Friday's a nightmare. Friday is a nightmare for James Chadwick. That's how bad of a nightmare it is. Because I don't even think you're going to have enough screens to watch at one time for everything that's going on Friday. And then, of course, we have Saturday, we have Sunday, and we have Monday. It is just a crazy week for wrestling. And listen, the cool thing is everybody should be hyped up because, man, I mean, that card for me and Jeff for Impact, that card on Friday is tremendous. Tremendous. And that's not even – it's an impromptu pay-per-view. It's really an exciting week. So glad you're all here tonight. Glad you can make it. So we're going to do a little bit of the weekly wrap show, and then we're going to get into our predictions for WrestleMania. Friday's a nightmare for any pod. Oh, my God. Like, we had to pick and choose because Jeff and myself do Impact. We went with Impact because it's kind of our thing. But, there's so much going on. Like, there's Ring of Honor. There's SmackDown, the go-home show. And that now has the Andre the Giant Battle Royal on it. They have the Undertaker Hall of Fame ceremony right afterward. You have Rampage at the same time as that. And you have Impact the same time as that, multiverse of matches, which, is, like I said, looks amazing. There is so much going on Friday.
And you have Zicky Dice.
And Zicky Dice's pay-per-view. Yeah, it's insane. It's absolutely insane Friday. It's insane. So, so glad you can all join us. Really, really appreciate it. And so tonight, that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about news. We're going to talk some stuff like that. I know Jeff has a grievance to share. And we are going to then transition over and go to now. Just keep in mind, there may be some matches that aren't made yet. It's going to happen because there's going to be stuff that's going to be announced on Monday and probably even on Friday. So, of course, we won't have those. We can speculate, but, we won't have those. So, so kind of bear with us with that. But other than that, like I said, so our schedule, I'll go over our schedule. Let Tazzy tell you his. So our schedule for the week, Jeff, is Abby's tomorrow? Yes, no, not sure.
I'm gonna say yes for now. We'll just say yes, and if anything changes, we'll make sure we get it out on the socials.
Okay, so kick your week off with Abby's tomorrow. That starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's with Jeff and Jody, of course. And then we will be back on Thursday for Impact Wrestling, which is a follow-up to last week's show, which was really, really good. So don't miss that if you're an Impact fan. That'll be our same time, so 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to start that. Following that, After the Impact show, which we usually do, will end up being a prediction show for Multiverse of Matches. So come out for that. That's just usually kind of a show follow-up, but we'll have to do our prediction show that night for that. Friday, we will be back on Friday at 9, little weird start time, 9:55 Eastern Standard Time for Multiverse of Matches. It starts at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're going to watch that along with us, it is not going to be on their YouTube channel. You must get it on Fight TV. It's not bad. It's $20. It's a couple of meals at McDonald's, especially with the prices now. By the way, I had breakfast at McDonald's the other day. It cost me $8 for a sausage McMuffin with egg, a hash brown, and an orange juice. I almost died. Used to be able to get them 2 for $4. They're $8 now. I'm like, oh, it's ridiculous. So come out for that. And then you guys that are watching along the other shows, hey, cool. You can keep us up to date on what's going on. Those of you who are going to do multi-screen and, 16 screens, hacker amount of screens, you can let us know what's going on with The Undertaker and all that other stuff while you're in the chat with us, which would be cool because we would appreciate that. We're going to have to watch it all after. Then the next night, of course, is Saturday, WrestleMania. Now, I know Tazzy's having NXT. We will start our show at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time as normal. That will be WrestleMania Night 1. And then Sunday, same thing, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, WrestleMania Night 2. And then Monday, we'll be back here for Raw because that Raw is going to probably be big. So we'll have Abby's. If we do Abby's that day, we'll have Abby's. And then, of course, after that, starting at 7:45 again, we will have a Monday Night Raw watch along. I can breathe now. Okay, that's our schedule. Tazzy, go ahead. Tell the guys what you have for them.
Which parts was that easy? First, it's an insiders party, baby. I might
always have to start off with that. There you go.
I had to get out of the way. Tomorrow, hype party for Monday Night Raw. I forgot what day it was tomorrow.
I know.
Actually, I already have that stream up. So if you guys go ahead, later on, go ahead and drop a like on that. And put the notifications down because I know some of you guys don't put notifications down, and that's why you guys get there like super late. Just throw it out there. Tuesday, same thing. Tuesday, same thing. 7 p.m. Eastern Time for NXT Go Home Show. Friday, Go Home Show. SmackDown. Let's see. Saturday. Okay, Saturday. It's gonna be weird. I'm assuming it is 1 o'clock Eastern Time. So we will start at 12:15. I'm trying to get my West Coast time and East Coast time. But it's 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time for that because we're doing Cooking with Tazzy, and we're also doing the predictions for that. Just I don't have no time to actually do AEW predictions. So, and then next Monday, between all the chaos of Abby's window and the watch along, we are going to have the hype party. If there's no Abby's, we'll probably start a little bit earlier, but more like we'll be start at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be basically a 30-minute show. Tell you what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Probably doing the same thing again when we get over to the other side. It's a mess. All right, it's a mess. After that, I'm taking a small hiatus because I just found out that I actually start work next week. So, there we go.
Lots of stuff, man. I wasn't kidding. Okay, let me welcome some people in and we'll get started. So, hello, Brandon Lewis, James Grant, Chad Schrader. What's up with you? Unbroken is here. Derek. Hey, Derek's here. What's going on, Derek? How are you, man? Hope you're well. James Chadwick says, hey, yo. Yes. Alicia, hello to you. Hey, Matt, how are you? Hey, Aaron. Big Dan, what's going on, Big Dan? Conrad is out there as well. Hey, Conrad. Brandon Lewis. Matt, I think I said yes. Hello to Eddie is here. Hello, Eddie. Love and hate mania week. Right? Moose Spear John. Yes, we have to talk about that a little bit too. We've got Nick is here. Hello, Nick. We've got, let me see if I missed anyone. Tony. Hey, Tony, how are you? Mark. Hey, Mark. How's it going? Hope you are well. We got a deal. Hello to you. We've got Jason Stoffer. Hey, Jason. We've got Sean Rousset. Hey, Sean. Hey, Dana. How are you? Eddie, I think I said hello to Eddie, and I think we're good. All right, we're caught up. So hello to all of you. Welcome. So, Jeff, where are we going to start, man? We probably have a lot of stuff to talk about, but let's get started, I guess, on the news.
Yeah, let's get started on the breaking news.
Okay.
The fact that we got that attack last night from Moose. We'll start with that.
We did. I don't know if anybody saw our Twitter. I happened to catch that because I'm usually up decently late. And I saw somebody post it. Josh Alexander was at an indie show yesterday, and he ended up winning a title there. And he had his family come in to celebrate with him. So that would be Jade, his wife, and his children were all in the ring. Well, as the people were watching, some hooded figure came in and speared Jade. So that is Josh's wife, speared her in the middle of the ring, and then kind of the hood fell off, and it ended up being Moose, who then took off out of the ring and left the ring as Josh, was over her, obviously concerned about her well-being. And then the children were in there at the same time. So his children saw this happen. And oh my gosh, that storyline is getting, and I mean, I posted it up saying, all right, enough's enough. Someone's got to stop Moose. But wow, what a job they're doing with this storyline. And Moose, just like I think Jeff put it best when we were talking before the show came on, Moose just doesn't give a damn, Jeff.
Yeah, he really doesn't care, which I love. I really love that fact that he crosses any boundaries, and it doesn't really matter, and I love it. I like that they're continuing this in multiple places, though.
Yeah.
That I really like that. That it's not just Impact Television, that is carrying throughout. So
Yep.
kudos to them for doing that.
Yeah, he tracked him down at an indie show, which I mean, that's actually kind of cool.
The show Destiny.
Well, Destiny. I'm sorry, Destiny. Okay, yes, thank you, James Chadwick. Yeah, but that's actually really cool. You don't see it happen a lot. So, man, this feud will be fire. Yes, James Granite will. And we got a while until Rebellion, so there's a lot more there's a lot more to tell, and a lot more places this can go. But this is. I mean, if it hasn't been personal already, I mean, Moose invaded his home. And now he just speared his wife. I mean, we might see Jade show up on Impact, which would be really cool. I mean, Jade had been to Impact events and was in the ring, but we may see her come out in a capacity, because I don't know if you guys know or not, but Jade was a wrestler. And she may end up there in some more, in more of a capacity than just, standing there. She might come in a ring with him, and we'll see. That would be really awesome, though. Jade's really cool. Yeah, so very, very cool thing. That not obviously a cool thing, but very, very, cool as far as the storyline is concerned. It's really, really neat to see that was happening. So, but yeah, if you haven't seen it, I did retweet Impact's tweet about it today, because they tweeted it out earlier this morning. But yeah, go and check it out. You'll see the whole video of Moose running in, and they even had a camera with him backstage, so you saw him with the blue hoodie and just running up the hallway, and then waited. He kind of picked a spot, and when she was standing with her back turned, he went in there and he just speared her before she turned around. So Lori's here. Hello, Lori. EC3 needs to come jump Moose again while he was that flowered shirt while he went out there. Yeah, right. EC3 comes in. If anyone would jump him at some point, besides Josh, of course, it would be Sami Callihan. Sammy's got beef with Moose. So if anybody would go after him after Josh gets a hold of him, it would probably be Sami Callihan. And Sammy's starting to tweet out a little bit more about certain events coming up with Impact, saying, ooh, this is interesting as to where this event is. So you may want to watch for a Sami Callihan return in the near future as well. I wonder if they are building to a reinvent return or debut of Jade and Impact. I don't know. It's possible. You know, I don't think people have asked her, would you go back in the ring? You know, I mean, she looks like she's in great shape and stuff. So yeah, who knows? I mean, you never know. She might. Moose is going to have more heat than Han Solo after he dumped Jabba's spice cargo. Yes. That's it. That's a good comparison, especially since I was watching a Star Wars marathon yesterday. After WrestleMania, the next night on Raw is there going to be a new Raw Championship belt. Well, Aaron, I would imagine there's going to be a new championship belt. Yes, there are some saying that they already saw it, actually, because they would have to make one. One of the people is going to win, and it's going to be a double belt. So, yes, I would imagine so. All right, so that's our breaking news. What do we got next, Jeff? What do we got next?
Triple H officially retires from in-ring competition.
Yeah, this came as kind of a surprise, and he did it with Stephen A. Smith on ESPN. Had an interview and was talking a little bit about, I guess, from the way I read it, I guess he has he said he has like a defibrillator or maybe a pacemaker, I guess, inside of his chest now. So he probably had a good, pretty big problem with the heart. So, but he did say that he is done, and I can imagine. So, I mean, with something like that going on, you certainly can't wrestle anymore. So, yeah, it was a bit unexpected. Of course, after the whole death of Scott Hall and all that, and now all of a sudden, Triple H has said, I'm done. I'm done in the ring. So, I mean, what can you say? Another icon, another legend of the business. You're starting to see some people come out and talking about him as a mentor, things that he did for them behind the scenes. And you're starting to hear some stories and stuff coming out now that weren't shared prior with people that he had worked with, that, people that they didn't know that was the case. I know Tazzy, we were talking before the show started, mentioned about the thing with Alexa Bliss, and the playground, Alexa's playground, apparently was an idea of Triple H's, I guess. So yeah, so a lot of these things are coming out, and a lot of people are talking about their favorite Triple H moments. Oh man, and he's going to be missed. He said he's still going to obviously work in the business, but he's probably going to be more of an office worker, working in the WWE headquarters maybe, and he'll be more behind the scenes. So yeah, and listen, Tazzy, I know that this is kind of right up your alley, but you wouldn't have had the black and gold if it weren't for Triple H.
Whew. Oh man. Not at all. Not at all. He's the one that actually turned the competition into a show, which it was if you guys didn't know, basically NXT took the place of Ohio Valley Wrestling. That was basically the development of WWE. That basically changed for that. We talked about it on Friday on the high party for SmackDown. We basically talked the whole hour about Triple H and how he just influenced everything. Everything, and you see it on social media. A lot of former NXT talent, thanking him and everything like that. You don't see that too often. So it's something like people say that he's a great boss. He's like, he helps people when you need it. And we got to talk about his career in general. 14 times. He's about what, 3 away from Ric Flair's? 4 away, actually.
4 away, yeah.
4 away.
Yeah.
That's huge compliment. Dude, he's literally my top 3 of all time. He has to be. Well, he made my show, so I have to. But when he's gonna be the Hall of Famer, I don't know about next year because they have Batista already slated for that. So I don't know. Can you do both? That's going to take each other thunder unless you like, hey, Batista, we need to. But unless you do a 2-night Hall of Fame, which is possible. It's just throw it out there. Just saying.
Yeah, look, I mean, it won't be long before he gets inducted in. I would imagine his best friend, Sean, would probably be the one to do it. But yeah, I mean, what an incredible career. He came from, he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley, who, like, the most obnoxious character that probably no one liked. And I remember him wrestling The Undertaker, and I'm like, oh my God, just destroy this dude. Like, and he would have matches with Taker, and Taker would. Taker just, it was almost like squash matches, for lack of a better term. Taker just destroyed him time after time. And then they reinvented him. And this was a dude, man, you just loved to hate. He was one of the best heels in the business. And then, of course, when he came and the whole thing with DX started up, was such an integral part of their battle against Nitro and WCW that, you remember being in the tank and being outside of the WCW arena. And who would see anything like that coming? Him and Regal in WCW. Oh, dude, yeah, it's just all of the things you can remember back and you could think of that he did and matches that he had. It's just, what a great career that where he came from to where he ended up. Who would have thought? And hey, the fact that you married the boss's daughter isn't such a bad thing, I guess. I mean, yeah, there you go. Hey, it just is what it is. But I mean, obviously had a relationship with China as well. Him and China were very close. So, man, it's just again, and I'm glad now. I actually bought vinyl. They put a soundtrack out of Triple H when they had a little celebratory thing for him about a year or so ago, and I bought the vinyl. I'm glad I have it now because it's all of Triple H's theme songs, of course, the ones done by Motorhead and stuff like that. So it's very, very cool. So I'm glad I ended up getting that.
Was Joyful on there too?
Yeah. Hey Tony, how are you? So yeah, look. The memories, Jeff. I mean, he's another legend, and listen, we were privileged to be able to watch him do what he did for such an amount of time, and I'm sure whatever he's doing behind the scenes will probably lead to some great things coming to down the road.
Absolutely, and I gotta say this: you brought his early days up. I'm gonna go back even further. I put it in the chat. How about for folks that saw him in WCW as Terrorizing?
Oh God!
that was his his gimmick back then. So, honestly, with Triple H, you guys brought up all of his, the incredible things that he's done for the business and what he's done, there in WWE and for NXT and all of that. He had some of the most iconic WrestleMania entrances.
Yes, he did.
That you could have.
Yes, he did.
Hands down. I mean, just think about some of the entrances that he had. You could put a top 10 list together of his entrances alone. So,
absolutely.
And not to mention the groups that he was in. DX, obviously, Evolution. You name it, the man just, I mean, you say what you will about Triple H. He had a hell of a career. I'm going to be sad to, yes, the WrestleMania 31 entrance was phenomenal. But, I'll be honest. I'm gonna hate to see him not in the ring at least one more time, but he's got a family. He's got to make sure that he's around for his family,
Yep.
and I think seeing all the people passing around him and everything kind of added some clarity to to everything and the decisions. You know, we got to be around for our families for as long as we can. So
Yeah.
I wish him nothing but the best.
Absolutely. And the dude had a comic side too.
Yeah.
He had a lot of comedy about him. I mean, who can forget him coming down like Vince, dressed in the Vince outfit, coming down to the ring doing the Vince strut, and then when he was doing the thing where he's making fun of the Nation of oh my God, that they'll never show that. You'll probably never see that very much anymore. But when he was making fun of the Nation of Domination and The Rock, oh my gosh, unbelievable.
What's crazy about the whole thing is he was actually slated to actually wrestle this WrestleMania. It was
I read
planned.
that.
Yeah,
I read that. Yeah, I read that somewhere. Yeah, he actually had there was something that was going to go on for him at this show. So yeah, I read that. It was brought up today. It was on some of the dirt sheets earlier. So yeah, it's that's he was a unique talent where he could play a heel, could play a face. Also had the ability to make people laugh, the ability to get people to hate his guts. He had it all. And so yeah, we wish him the best. And like Jeff said, it's all listen, he had to do what he had to do. And while it's sad, that listen, he's going to be around, and that's important too. So favorite moment was the X impersonating Vincent Shane. Oh my gosh. Yeah, absolutely. Never forget the body in the coffin during the Kane feud. Scarred for life, says Kenny. The fact that he was coughing up blood. Yeah, it's when you get to when that it's listen. The hard stuff is nothing to mess around with. So absolutely. Triple H versus Undertaker WrestleMania at Hell in a Cell was my favorite. To now we are at the end of the Attitude Era. Only one person left of the Attitude Era who can still wrestle is The Rock. Triple H, Shawn, Taker, Kane, and many more all retired. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? And it doesn't really seem like it was that long ago. So yeah, remember him as a disciplinarian on Drew Carey. He was a legit funny guy and one of the most metal athletes ever. He rubbed shoulders with Lemmy, Ozzy, and AC/DC. Yeah, he did. He loved metal music. Yeah, so it was very, very cool also. So, yes, honestly, tip of the cap to one of the best. And, but yes, we wish him well. And we will remember all of the good times. So, hey, Wes, how are you? All right, Jeff, what do we got next?
All right, so I bring this up with a question mark because, yeah, did Cody really sign a deal with WWE?
The long play, is it? The long play. Wow. So, who the heck knows? Look, they have been playing this, and boy, are they teasing it with the whole thing with Seth every week, week in and week out, and the announce team. They're saying every adjective you could say to describe Cody Rhodes. Without coming out and saying, yeah, Cody Rhodes. Without doing that, they're pretty much letting on that it's going to be him. It's going to be him. I mean, the crowd is out there chanting his name. Every stinking time Seth is in the ring, they're chanting Cody, Cody. It's insane, And then, yes, it was all over the dirt sheets that he finally signed and stuff like that. But the thing is, and this is look, there's one thing I could say about wrestling so far this year. One thing I've noticed, it's been a lot of fun, but one thing I've noticed is people are starting to play the long storylines again, and I love it. There is that we got away from that, and I get it. They probably had to change it up during COVID because it was just a different animal. No fans in the building. You probably had to give people more instant gratification, or they weren't going to watch. So, but now we're getting back to the long play. And I love this because it is teasing and teasing and teasing to the point where people are, oh my God, I can't take this anymore. They want to rip their hair out because they're like, where is Cody? Where is Cody? So listen, I want to say I'm going to be 99.9% sure that he is facing Seth Rollins. If it doesn't happen at this point, I'm going to be shocked that it's not. Now, is that saying that he's going to come out to face Seth at Mania? Maybe not. The tease may go on, and then maybe it's somebody else that does, and the fans go bananas. But he will end up out there at some point. So you're not going to see him, guys. Don't expect to see him on Monday because it ain't going to happen. They're not going to waste it. They've got everybody hooked into this already. You don't think they want those 60 to 70,000 or more in Texas Stadium hooked even more so, waiting to see who's going to come out of that ring when Seth marches down there? Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. So, this is a long play. It's pretty cool what they're doing. They have high anticipation for this. And once he comes out, the pops. Guys, I'm telling you, this coming weekend for Mania, you are going to hear pops like you have not heard in a while. When Stone Cold's music hits and Kevin Owens, you SOB, coming out that I said on Monday night, that is how you get nuclear heat, man. Kevin Owens got more heat and then when he did it the second time, and everybody's like, oh my God, he's coming out. And then he looks around and he's like, fool me once, shame on you, fooling me twice, and you are idiots for that. Oh my God, so good. But oh my God, you are going to have some amazing pops tonight over WrestleMania, no doubt. So, is Cody coming? I think so. I'm pretty sure. Like I said, if he didn't, it would really, really shock me at this point. But what a match that's going to be too. Cody and Seth. Wow, awesome. Jeff, what are you thinking about this whole thing? I dig it, man. It's anticipation at its finest.
I love the fact that they didn't just give it as soon as it happened.
Yep.
It's just playing it out just a little bit longer, bit longer. I like it. I'm gonna make a joke at NXT's expense. I apologize. You better hide with how they're changing people's names. You better hide Tommaso Ciampa because his name might be Cody, and that might be the match that you get at WrestleMania.
Could you imagine?
Cody Ciampa. It's not Cody Rhodes.
Oh my
Cody
God!
Ciampa. And
I didn't even realize they changed Pete Dunne's name to Butch. I'm like, what is it, Butch? And I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, that's Pete Dunne. It's not Butch. And I was like, could you imagine if they announced Cody and down come Ciampa? Oh my God.
Cody Ciampa. No, I'm joking. If that happens, the internet would explode.
Oh my God.
When I saw and then I'll shut up about this, but when I saw the Butch thing, you remember the scene in Coming to America?
Yes.
Where they're in the barbershop and he says, his mama named him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. Damn it, that's Pete Dunne. I'm still calling him Pete Dunne. So just
oh my God.
No, I'm excited. Anytime we get something new, I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to him and Seth if we get that. So
same here. Same here. That's going to be exciting. Was Bray pulled from the event in Dallas, WrestleCon? I don't know. He was stated to be there. I don't know. I really honestly don't know. Tazzy, what are you thinking about this Cody build up with Seth Rollins? Oh, and by the way, Seth's on Vince's naughty list. He got called into the office. Seth's got to go to Vince's office. So I don't know. We might see that maybe on Monday where Seth makes a visit to Vince. And Seth is pretty happy about it. He just wrote a whole bunch of ha-ha-ha's above that tweet. So yeah, he's in a little hot water now with Vince.
This actually has been one of the best storylines WWE has also did the last couple of months. It's actually been pretty good because it's like Cody decides who's he facing when we found out that he wasn't coming back. I'm like, if he comes to WrestleMania, who he facing? And then we saw the whole Seth storyline, evolve, and I'm like, oh, what a great match that's going to be, because it's like that's a dream match technically. That's a dream match, and even when Cody was in AEW and you had Seth, as quote unquote one of the leaders of WWE, they was going back and forth before, so they could play that off too. Could you imagine the craziness if, like, say, if it wasn't Cody and also Bray just walked down the ring?
God.
that would just like blow the whole what just happened here. But obviously it's Cody. And I like the way we're actually getting, as Jeff said, the long-term storytelling again. Like we was getting that before. WWE was known for that back in the day, and now they're getting back to that again. I don't know who they brought back to actually like, hey, we need to go back and do that. Maybe that will work.
That would be more heat that Jerry Jones ever got in that building since he fired Jimmy Johnson. If Cody didn't show up. Oh my gosh. But anyway, yeah, look, that's again, you know what? You had these 2-night manias before, and really the thing that I think got most people fired up about it during COVID was, of course, the Undertaker and that match that he had, his the last ride. So but this particular Mania, there's a bunch of matches that are really going to have people fired up and ready to go. And they're stacking a lot of them up on night one to get everything going in night one. So this is going to be a fun weekend. It really, really is. All right, Jeff, what is next, man?
All right. So we're going to wrap this part up with the Hall of Fame class of 2022.
I have to say that I'm surprised by this because I really thought this was going to be just Undertaker. If anybody would have warranted it, it would have been him. And I had said on previous shows that I think that people might get overshadowed by him and kind of, but I will say this. I'm really, really happy that they gave the Warrior Award to Shad Gaspard. Nobody deserves that more. With what he did, putting his own life, saving his child, and then passing away from that tidal wave or that riptide that they got caught in. You won't see anybody. I mean, there's no more definition of a warrior than that. So very, very glad that they're doing that. For him and obviously for his family, and wow, the young man is going to live with that, knowing that his father saved him so he could continue his life. Wow, what a story that was, and what a sad story, but yet, giving him that award and having his family receive that award is really going to be a great moment. What can I say about Taker that hasn't already been said as far as him going in? And then, oh my gosh, we have Vader as well going into the Hall of Fame. We have Sharmell, who's going to be inducted by Booker T. So maybe we get King Booker. We might get King Booker. We haven't seen King Booker in forever. You might see a little King Booker come down and induct Sharmell, so that should be fun. But in any case, it's going to be a fun show. That's going to be on directly after SmackDown. So the people that have bought tickets to that SmackDown get to stay and watch that whole thing, which pretty cool for them. And they said those tickets were expensive, thousands of dollars for those tickets for that SmackDown when that got introduced. So Friday night, again, what did I say, guys? Friday night. Yeah, listen, we did a watch along for the Hall of Fame last year, and it's a little hard to do because it's a lot of talking, and to kind of just sit there listening to people talking, you can't really do much other than to kind of talk about the what's going on and what they're saying. So it's a little tough to do it, but But yeah, so obviously we can't this year because we have other stuff going on. But I'm sure you guys will keep us posted. So, but yeah, what do you guys say, Tazzy? What do you think about the Hall of Fame?
It's how about that is pretty awesome because like normally a SmackDown or a Raw before is always recaps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So to do something like that, a Hall of Fame, I don't know why they haven't did that in years past. Or like, why not? The Undertaker, of course, like wow, the Undertaker Hall of Fame. That's probably one reason why it's so expensive because the Undertaker is going to go in the Hall of Fame. Like, duh, and you get to see the Undertaker live one more time.
Yep.
Maybe doing his entrance one more time. So.
Yep.
That's huge. Charmel, of course, well deserved. Manager. Who else? Vader, who should have been a Hall of Fame a long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time. A WCW world champion. Wow. I just remember his move set is like I didn't know a guy his size can move like that, and it's insane. Chad, oh man, that's awesome to hear. I feel like that happened last year, but apparently it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kudos to WWE for actually putting them in. I knew they're going to do that eventually. I just didn't think it was going to be this far in advance, but sooner than later, right? So
yeah, it was. Yeah, it's really a unique class for sure. And again, it should be a great show. See wrestling. Hey, WWE have sold 150,000 tickets for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's crazy. In that stadium, that's 100,000 plus seat stadium. It's huge, and that's not including the standing room only and stuff like that. So I would imagine they. And listen, that whole area down there around that stadium is a party for everyone in wrestling. Busted Open is going to broadcast from there. Like I said, Impact's got a show right in that area. ROH has their show. Not right there, but in the state, in the vicinity there is so much going on. It's literally it's like going to a wrestling party for 4 days. And it's not just WWE. There is so much going on down there. People that live near there, man, they don't even have to have tickets. You can just go and hang around outside, and you'll see people and almost everywhere. So a lot of superstars. I know Ric Flair is having a big barbecue down there. Everything's going on. So yeah, what a weekend for obviously for WWE and just for the wrestling in general and wrestling fans. Are Britt Baker and Adam Cole invited to see the WWE Hall of Fame in person? Tony, I have no clue, dude. I have no idea. I wish I had that much intel, but unfortunately I do not. Yes, Vince is inducting Undertaker, and very apropos. Vince was one of his biggest supporters in WWE, and they had a very unique relationship to the point of where more Vince really admired the dude, and why not? Whenever Vince needed him, he would come back to do whatever he asked him to do, and really didn't question it. So that's kind of what a lot of bosses and stuff kind of dig that. So Hall of Fame starts at 3 a.m. in the UK. Oh, I know. It's going to be a late night. It's going to be a late night. Yes. Our Impact show, I know, is going to go on. That may be another 3-hour show with all those matches that they're doing. If that's the case, let's see. 11, 12, 1. Yeah, Joe gets to sleep around 2 and then has to be up at 8 o'clock for work. Yes. Going to be a fun day. I'll never understand what took so long for Vader to get into the Hall of Fame. No sleep for anyone, says James Chadwick. No, they changed the card for tomorrow's Raw in Pittsburgh. Well, yeah, I'm not surprised. They're probably going to be changing things. Well, they're inviting other people on. Roman and Brock are now on Raw, so they're kind of mixing and matching stuff. And yeah, so I'm not surprised. There's going to be a lot of weird stuff probably happening. Raw is in Pittsburgh, yes. Assume the Hall of Fame is going to be on Peacock right after Fox. They may end up. I'm not sure about that, Mark. They may end up just having that on Fox, I don't know. I really don't know. You would maybe have to. I'm gonna have to check that later on. I'll look at my cable and I'll see whether or not SmackDown is extended past the 10 o'clock hour. Because I wouldn't be shocked if Fox wouldn't allow that. Now, Fox, I think, does their affiliates do local news at 10 o'clock. So maybe
it's on Peacock. It's on
okay.
Peacock.
All right. So there you go. So yes, it is. So good call. Yeah, you'll have to switch over to Peacock to watch that then when SmackDown ends. I want to see Vince cry, says Deanna. We'll see. That might be the closest you may get to seeing something like that happens. So, Ric Flair is feuding with Mark Madden on Twitter. Nate is losing friends left and right. Yeah, Nate is having some issues. Impact will finish around 6 to 7 a.m. for the sun will come up. How about that? You'll be watching the sun coming up. Wow, dude. What a week. All right, Jeff, what's next, man?
All right. Well, it's time for,
everybody's favorite segment. Woo!
Everybody's favorite segment. So
Speaking of Ric Flair, woo! Here we go.
Let's play it.
The airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about
it. Love that intro. Now you're going to hear them. Yes. All right. So I've got a really, really, really quick one, and then I'm going to let Jeff go. Mine's not even going to take 2 minutes. I'm just going to say this. Guys, if you can't find something to like in this week, I'm sorry to say, are not a wrestling fan. If you can't find something to like that stuff is going on this week, you are not a wrestling fan. And listen, even if you're AEW, I get it. They're not a big part of some of this. But look, you have ROH going on, which of course Tony Khan now owns. You have Rampage. You have Dynamite going on as well during this week. So listen, please, for God's sakes, enjoy the wrestling this week. Just enjoy it. Have fun. And there is so much cool stuff, and you just need to relax. You need to sit back, and you need to enjoy it. There's going to be a lot of lost sleep, but it's going to be a fun thing to lose sleep over. So enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. Don't let the Twitter monsters and all those morons on there get to you. Don't let it, just ignore it and enjoy it for what it is. So that's all I've got. So Jeff, you're up, dude.
Well, I want to ask Tazzy if he has one first.
Absolutely.
If not, then
basically kind of sort of the same thing. Enjoy this week. We got a lot going on this week. Just have fun. Have fun. Even if you're working this week and if you can't watch it live, record it. At least you can find some time to watch it. I'm like, if it's next week, you can. But just enjoy it. And peace, but be respectful on Twitter this week because it's a lot of wrestling going on, and you know how it gets. Oh yeah, AEW fans against WWE fans. Can we just all get together and just enjoy wrestling? That's all I got.
Yeah, don't worry about ratings. Don't worry about BS. Don't worry about any of that stuff. And you know what? If someone is pissing you off on Twitter, block them. Lay the smack down, like The Rock says, and block them. Don't even give it a second thought. Don't even give it a second thought. All right, Jeff, go ahead, dude.
Yeah, the block button is fun.
It's a very, very fun button. Yes.
I need to use it more. Okay, so I'm not gonna take too long with mine because it's really quite simple. A lot of people, a lot of wrestling fans are having trouble enjoying wrestling nowadays. And I've noticed this because everything that I see on social media is just completely negative. Just about. It's, well, WWE, I would have booked it this way and I would have done it this way. Well, if you would have booked it that way, then someone would have hired you. but you're not currently working for a company where you have booking power. So that's probably, you know, probably why your booking decisions aren't being utilized. Um, when it comes down to it, nowadays fans are so caught up in who's producing matches, who produced this, who produced that. Honestly, it doesn't matter who produced what match. It does to me it doesn't matter unless you have aspirations to be in the wrestling business one day. It really shouldn't matter to you who produced the match. I mean, honestly, unless you're just so enamored with the production of matches and the intricacies of how a match is put together, unless that kind of stuff fascinates you, using that as a basis to argue on social media about what you enjoy and don't enjoy doesn't make you cool, hip, or any of that. It just makes you incredibly annoying. Love what you love,
Yep.
enjoy what you enjoy. And, when we get into these modes of trying to dissect everything, like everything, we lose sight of what wrestling is supposed to be. And it's supposed to be fun and entertaining.
Yep.
That's why we watch it. We watch it as an escape. We watch it because it's, a violent soap opera on our television screen. That's why we watch it. You know what I'm saying? So to sit there and overanalyze everything and be critical of of everything that you see because someone on social media said something about whatever. And this goes to journalists too. Mainly that was fans. But to the journalists, if you're going to spoil things for one company, spoil it. Spoil it for every company. Or, there's something else I would say, but it's before 10 o'clock and I don't want to drop the 4-letter F word on a Sunday. Or you could just shut up and just not spoil anything for anybody and just let people be surprised.
Yeah. What a concept.
What a concept, right? If people want to spoil it for themselves, then let them go find that information out on their own. But I shouldn't have to avoid Twitter because you're putting out spoilers for one company. Like, come on, it's stupid. So either spoil it for everybody or just shut up. Period. Um, Last thing I'll say is this, and then I'm done with my grievance for the week. Um, be kind. Be like seriously, be kind. We have enough bad shit going on in the world and enough bad people and enough jerks and yeah, I mean gas prices. I mean, when you go to the gas tank now, you're having to make life decisions on whether you eat or not. Just put gas in your tank.
That's
Like,
true.
I mean, you shouldn't have to take out a second mortgage to fill up your tank for the month. That kind of thing. You shouldn't be saying light bill or gas in my car.
Yeah.
But that's where we are right now.
Yeah.
So we got enough bad stuff going on in the world. Let's just let's just try to get along, please. Like wrestling is something that we're supposed to enjoy and it's supposed to bring us all together. Let's do that, please. But here's the thing, Swag fan just said something. Having to defend Impact. I will defend Impact
Oh, dude.
until whenever. I will go to the ends of the earth to defend Impact because I had to do that a little bit earlier today, and some dingleberry had to chime in on a comment that didn't even have a damn thing to do with them, and we had to correct that, and even Moose like that. So just saying.
Swack fan, if you ever have to defend it, you come and get me or Jeff.
Yes.
And we'll come into the conversation, and it won't be pretty. And and I'll bring Lucille with me. So Go ahead, Jeff.
No, I'm done. Yes, I did drop Dingleberry. I was gonna say douchebag, but I feel like that was a little. He was more of a Dingleberry, because it's like really we weren't even talking to you, and you come into our comments talking about but impact viewership. It doesn't matter. How about go? See, now I'm fired up. How about go through your browser history, dude? You're not watching Impact on Thursday nights. You're watching something else. You're playing switch hitters with your hands. You're sitting on one and calling in a stranger later. I digress. I'll shut up. I'm getting too fired up.
Jeff's getting fired up.
I'm saying stuff that I shouldn't be saying right now. So,
oh my god,
oh man,
that's scary because I just had that the whole gas thing at the gas pump. Like, do I eat?
Hey Sean, Susslowitz, how are you? I forgot to say hello to Sean before. Hey Sean,
do I eat today? Do I eat? Did I eat today?
These same people that Jeff is mentioning, if the skies opened up and rained $100 bills, these same people would go on Twitter and say, these dollar bills are littering up my yard. My yard is filled with all this stuff, man. I can't take it anymore. These same people just love to find crap to hate on. That's what it comes down to. And you see it. If you're fans of movies and you go and watch a movie, you'll see it constantly. When I went to watch Batman, and I'm not spoiling anything at all, when I went to watch that show, all I saw was people on Twitter. Well, he didn't look right, and he didn't throw the batarang the right way, and good God, stop complaining. Stop freaking complaining about every damn thing.
Can I say one more thing, Joe?
Yes,
one last thing, and I promise I'll shut up this time. But I am fired up, so I got to get this out.
Go ahead.
Next time I see a random person on Twitter talking about how someone didn't take a bump the right way or didn't execute a move the right way, I am going to say, when's the last time you took wrestling training? When's the last time you took a bump? And taking a bump as in a wrestling ring, not on your bed, and slamming, pillows, and that's your wrestling training. And Joe knows what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, is that a blast from the past? I know exactly what he's talking about. That is a lost episode. We have a lost episode of The Insiders that we are going to have to play for you guys at some point, because you will die. You will literally die laughing. We're going to have to do that. It was way, way back in the beginning of our time when we interviewed someone who said they claimed they were a professional wrestler and in training to be a wrestler. And then when we got on with said person, I knew right away the dude could not have been more than 10. It could have been even younger, but had to be around 10, probably 10 years old. And then when Jeff was asking him about his wrestling training, which at that point, I'm already yelling at Jeff being like, dude, we got to get out of this. We got to get out of this because this is no way who they say they are. And then Jeff starts asking about wrestling training, and he starts saying that he trains with his stuffed animals. Well, we're like, oh, dear God. And we were just looking for a way to get out. And
Joe and I are sitting here trying to have a in-depth conversation with someone who's in training. And I'm trying to ask about promo school, and I'm asking about taking bumps and running ropes. And this person, the only ropes that they ran were the jump ropes from their garage. They probably ran those. They probably set up the ring that way with jump ropes in the living room.
It was so bad. And Jeff has it. Jeff recorded it.
I still have it.
It's out there. So at some point, and the episode only lasted 20 minutes because we had to get the hell out of there. We had to figure out how to politely end it. But oh my God, you guys will laugh. I mean, it was just like, dear Lord, when we realized that this is no way a wrestler, and he probably is not older than 10. Oh God, what a nightmare!
It was sad. It was sad.
What a nightmare that was. So yes, but yeah, I mean, I agree with everything Jeff said. You know, it's God, it's and it's not just. I want to say, just stay away from Twitter. It's not just Twitter. It's infected all of social media. If it's not Twitter, it's Facebook. If it's not Facebook, it's Instagram. If it's not Instagram, it's TikTok. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. And like Jeff said, I get it. It is hard times that we're living in. Was that one of the interviews you got sent by that guy? Yes.
No comment.
No.
I'm not making a comment on that bullshit. I'm sorry.
A big fat YES. Yes, it was.
Good grief, man.
What a mess. What a mess.
Good
Anyway.
Lord.
Anyway. So there you go. That's our grievances for the week, and they're all they all kind of mesh together. And mostly it's just like this. Like, please find positive things with whatever it is you choose to watch and are a fan of, especially this week in wrestling. And if you're not a fan of WWE, awesome. Cool. I hope you find some good things to watch that you enjoy, that you can talk about online, and like Jeff said, and take yourself away from all of this other negative garbage that's going on in everybody's everyday life when you walk out your door. You get bombarded by it. Don't let it interfere with your entertainment. Don't let it interfere with the stuff that is supposed to take you away from all of this stuff. So yes, good stuff. Good stuff. We had a synchro grievance. That was actually really cool. It all kind of synced up. There you go. All right. There it is. There's the airing of grievances. We are moving on. What do we got next, Jeff?
All right. We're going to talk about what to watch for, which, good Lord, have mercy on our viewing eyes and souls. We'll start here because there's a crap ton of stuff to watch.
There really is.
I was gonna say something else. See, there's that word is hovering around in my head and my brain. It almost came out again. There is a metric crap ton. There we go. Of stuff to watch, and we'll start with this. We'll start with the multiverse of matches.
Let me read you some matches from this card. We have an Ultimate X for the X Division title. Trey Miguel, Vincent. We have Speedball. We have Rich Swann. We have Willie Mack and Jordan Grace, all going for the X Division title in an Ultimate X match. Okay, which we don't see that very often. So there's that. We have Josh Alexander and Jonah against Moose and PCO. All right. We have. I'm scrolling. We have a champ challenge for the Virtuosa for Deonna Purrazzo, who, by the way, was talked about quite a bit this past week because Mr. Khan had to talk to her as to what she may have wanted to do. And does she want to double up that night and defend her Ring of Honor title on a certain Ring of Honor show? So keep your eye out for that one. We have Chris Sabin and Jay White. Main event match on just about any other program. We have a Knockouts World Tag Team title match with The Influence, with Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans, with Giselle Shaw and Lady Frost, and with the returning Decay. All going for the titles. We have Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona against Mickie James and Nick freaking Aldis in a mixed tag match. This is all Friday. And I'm sure they're probably not going to stop there. What an amazing episode of Impact this is going to be, and it's not a planned pay-per-view. This was kind of an improv thing that they are just having, and you could see it's sponsored by WrestleCon. So wow, what an amazing event this is going to be. And we are going to do a watch along for it, of course. 10 o'clock p.m. So 9:55 will start a little bit before. And that will be on Friday with us. So if you're going to watch, and please do, you don't want to miss this if you're an Impact fan, get it on Fight TV. It's $20. Listen, hey, a trip to the, listen, $20 won't even quarter the way fill your gas tank. So don't even bother. Just don't drive for the weekend and just come out and watch it. Just stay home. All right, Jeff, man. This looks. I mean, you guys can comment on this card. This is a tremendous show. What a tremendous show. Storylines galore leading into this. We talked about the Moose and Josh thing, and now we have the whole Mickey and Chelsea thing that's going to blow up before our eyes, and they have both of their husbands with them. What a card, Jeff. What a card.
Man, this card is going to be crazy. I don't even know if you mentioned the Briscoes and the Good Brothers.
I did not.
That's just how crazy this card.
The Briscoes and the Good Brothers.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be insanity. So, yeah, this is going to be a great card. I can't wait. I wish I had like 2 more screens because I would have I'd almost be able to have everything on at once.
Undertaker thing and
Undertaker, yeah. Like right now I've got it set up where I'm going to be able to do Impact, Ring of Honor, and I'm trying to figure out how I can do the Hall of Fame stuff. But man, what a great card. Yeah, it's going to be tremendous. Yes, OGK is on the yeah.
Dude, Friday night, and it's funny because we got WrestleMania. So Mania on Saturday and Sunday. Friday night could go down as one of the biggest nights for wrestling ever, and it's not even a Mania night. So unbelievable. James says I got 5 screens, and that is not enough. This card may be good, but Impact may get a future visit from Undertaker's ministry for the bad timing. Listen, no, but they're not going to take people away from that, Dan. People are going to watch multiple things. That's just what's going to happen, and we have the technology to do that now. So it's not like back in the day where we had the VCR and the one TV screen. So thankfully, good thing. ROH is Friday. Yes, Steve, it is.
Yep. Well, speaking of. There you go.
Super Card of Honor. Yes, ROH is back, and we all know the story about ROH. Bandito against Gresham for the title. This is going to be amazing.
Versus the Briscoes.
Yep, FTR and the Briscoes. I mentioned he may get Deonna to wrestle at this too, along with the Impact show. So we'll see if that happens. This one, I think, now I may be wrong, but I think this one starts at 8. So this one starts at the same time, I believe I read that, as SmackDown. So this would be on at 8 o'clock, right when SmackDown starts, I think, unless I'm wrong there, because now the times could be screwy, because if they have them as Central Time, so it might also be Eastern Time, would be 9 o'clock. So not 100% sure on the time, but I think this starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So this one is starting, but again, it's running similar to SmackDown, and it may not end. This may go on until 10:30 or 11. So it may cross into the Impact show, and it may cross into the Undertaker Hall of Fame thing. So where is ROH airing and streaming, says Kenny? That's a good question. That's a very good question. Jeff, do you know?
I have Honor Club, but you can get it on Fight TV.
Okay, so it's on Fight as well.
Yeah, and it's and on Fight it's $30. It's $30.
Okay.
Which that is what it is, but yeah, it's on Fight TV.
Listen, guys, don't worry about gas in your car because you're not leaving your house anyway. So just avoid buying any gas for the entire weekend. You'll have enough to buy all the pay-per-views. So don't worry about it. All you're going to need is snacks. Just make sure you get snacks. Whatever it is, popcorn, pizza, whatever it is you get, just make sure you have food. Make sure your power doesn't go out because obviously that'd be bad. So don't forego the electric bill. But yes. So just, don't buy any gas. Don't worry about the vehicle. You won't need it. You're not going to need it until probably Tuesday. So you're good. So just leave enough in there to get you to a gas station. You're good to go. All right. What else, Jeff?
Yeah, don't worry. We're not done with what for. April Fool's Day. We've got Trouble in Paradise 2, Zicky Dice.
April Fool's Day happens to be that Friday, which all of these other shows are happening at. And yes, and this is not an April Fool. Zicky Dice is having his second pay-per-view as well. I can't. Listen, if we could be in 4 places at once, that would maybe help a little bit. Yeah, Gene says to pay your internet bill. Yeah, don't let that expire either. That'd be very bad too. Ring of Honor starts at 1 a.m. with a 12 a.m. pre-show. So that's 1 a.m. for you, James, right? So 1, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Okay, so that's 8 o'clock. So Ring of Honor is an 8 o'clock start. So that's 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Ring of Honor. So that one starts similar or at the same time as SmackDown. So there you go.
Joe, you know the only bad thing about this one?
What's that?
You don't get to see your guy Stunt Marshall.
Oh, man. Oh, dude, I forgot all about him. Oh, my God. The last Zicky pay-per-view, the dude was amazing. He was imitating Hulk Hogan.
Tazzy, have you seen that guy?
Oh, dude.
I heard some things.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna send you a.
Oh, my God. That
right
was
now.
the highlight of that show for me. The highlight of that show for me. This dude is in the ring imitating all Hogan's. Oh, my God. It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. But yeah, Zicky's having his. I mean, this is what I was telling you guys. This is a wrestling party day. Everybody and anybody is doing something during this, and of course, make sure you check this out. This will be again on Twitch with Zicky Dice. He streamed it live on Twitch the last time. It will be on Twitch again. Again, I'm not sure of the timing of this one either, but good Lord, there's another thing going on, and Zicky's got some good matches lined up for this already as well. So if you want to stream Twitch while you're streaming all these other ones, you can watch Zicky Dice's Trouble in Paradise 2. So make sure you check that out as well. Oh, my God. Unbelievable. And what else, Jeff?
Yeah, but wait, there's more. Control your narrative. This is on Thursday.
Oh my God! Like what? This is insane.
And I didn't have time to put in GCW or New Japan.
That's right. Oh.
But they have stuff too.
This has Cross and Vincent. This also has. Let me just tell you this. Keep your eyes on this one. That's all I'm going to say. Keep your eyes on this one because on opposite sides of the ring, you have Titan and you have Eric Redbeard. Just letting you know. Keep your eyes on this. Control your narrative. If you are a Bray fan, keep your eyes out. I don't know anything. I'm not spoiling anything, but I would keep your eyes open to this. Definitely keep your eyes open to this. Especially whoever up in the chat mentioned that Wyndham is not at WrestleCon anymore.
That could mean a lot.
Keep your eyes on Control Your Narrative because we all know what happened on the last one. And we all know the invite that went out. So don't be shocked if he comes back for this. Don't be shocked. So I'm just saying, keep your eyes on. And just another thing you're going to have to watch. At least it's on Thursday. You know what? this could be advantageous for us in a way because we will, of course, we'll be doing our watch along for Impact that night too. So if something big happens, we'll be able to check that out as well. So, and this is also broadcasting on what is the name? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna forget it. It's Wrestle TV. I think I want to say is the name of it. This is, of course, the show is live. But let me go look. I don't want to misquote it. But it's the 24/7 wrestling channel. And let me just see. I think I followed them pretty recently. Pro Wrestling TV. At Pro WTV is what that will be streaming on. So don't take your eye off that. Because there could be something very, very interesting that comes out of that. So keep your eyes peeled. Is there anything else, Jeff? Good God, there can't be.
But wait, there's more.
God. Well, Tazzy knows all about this one.
Right.
We got to stand and deliver on Saturday. Well, you know what? At least this is a brunch kind of a matinee type of thing. You can have your eggs and bacon in the morning after you got no sleep the night before from all the wrestling that you were watching. You can get, that hour and a half of sleep, wake up the next morning, come down with your eyes with, needing toothpicks to keep them open. Grab some orange juice, mimosas, donuts, whatever it is that gets you going, and then head over and watch Stand and Deliver with Tazzy.
Just saying. Wow. Yeah. By the time I started, it is breakfast. So I was a little worried because when there was like rumor that it was going to start at 11 Eastern, I'm like, I literally like, oh my God. But the card on this one is really crazy. It's insane. I think I have it somewhere. Wait, hold on. Let me find it. Here we go. Let's see. We got Dolph Ziggler versus Braun Breaker. LA Knight versus Gunther. Oh wait, well, we got this on twice. I don't know why. It is what it is. We got a fatal 4-way now. Fatal 4-way for the women's title now.
Yes.
I don't know. Obviously, we haven't talked about this yet, but it's Mandy Rose versus Corey Jane versus Io Shirai versus Kaylee Ray. And we have a triple threat match for the tag team titles, which will include MSK. We also got Imperium, and we also got the Creed brothers. So yeah, we it's a mess. We're just do that.
Oh my God, dude! Like, it's just you're. You know what? You're going to go through this entire weekend, and there's probably not anything you are going to turn on that is not wrestling. There's probably not anything you're going to turn on that's not wrestling. That's how crazy this weekend is. Two
funny?
Screens probably then says bonkers. I don't even know if you can do it on two screens. You might need a multitude of things going on. It's insane. Tony says, much as I want KLR to win, I truly want Cora Jade to win the women's world title. Braun Breaker said Nick Bank is fire. LA Knight versus Gunther can be really interesting. Stand Deliver looks more greatly built than Mania at the moment, said James Grant. Okay. All right. Best wrestling week ever. Steve says, I'm just going to cry. Just with you guys saying how much wrestling there is. Dude. I don't think we've ever done this many watch-alongs in a span of the time that we're going to do them. No. Like, I really don't think we have. We had that one crazy hell week last year, but I think we're going to end up doing – we've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday – yeah, like 5 straight days. And it's not like they're, like, quick, like one little, 1-hour streams. These are all, like, multiple-hour things. So, and Tazzy's on Saturday –
But wait, if you're an NCAA basketball fan,
just don't even. Just don't add more fuel to the fire. Oh my God, It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Anthony said, I just got out of work. Oh, my God. Mind blown. Okay. Anyway, we better move forward.
Well, this is so we're doing our predictions because
Yes.
because
Yes.
everything else that we've mentioned up to this point was not WrestleMania. So, so now we're going to talk about WrestleMania because that's happening also next weekend. Just saying. WrestleMania 38 is Saturday and Sunday of next week. And
Yes.
yeah, we just mentioned like 6 or 7 different shows, and WrestleMania was not one of them. So that goes to show you, if you're a wrestling fan, like Joe said, if you're a wrestling fan, you have to be able to find something.
Something.
And we didn't even listen.
We didn't-
There's so many indie shows that are happening.
There are.
There's a lot of stuff. Lot of stuff.
Oh my gosh! Like, yeah, there is there. Like Jeff said, GCW is huge for their fan base. They really love. That's getting to be like in almost ECW territory a little bit now. I don't even know. Like, you can't possibly. People are going to have to be watching some of these shows well into next week, and then when that happens, well into the following week from this, you're going to have to be catching up on stuff. By the time it happens, it's going to be old news. You're going to have new stuff coming out because you're going to have Raw coming, then you're going to have NXT coming, then you're going to just be trying to watch NXT. Oh, I couldn't catch up with NXT. I got to watch it today. Oh, the new one's coming out. It's insane. It's insane. And now we're discussing WrestleMania. So, as I said earlier, we're going to do our predictions for WrestleMania. We know some matches. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the predictions for the matches. We know there probably are going to be more set up, I am sure. There probably will be some set up possibly tomorrow and again on Friday. Obviously, we're not going to get to those because, we know the Andre the Giant Battle Royal is going to be Friday night on SmackDown. Other than that, we don't know what other matches are going to be made. So we are just going to do our predictions for the matches that we have currently going in. And then who knows, we'll get out our predictions for the other stuff that comes out. We'll just throw them out on Twitter or whatever the case might be, something like that on the socials. So get the light tubes. One day is going to be like Brian Fontana and Anchorman after that ratings victory party. James said, I love GCW. Yeah, a lot of people do. It's getting like it's getting ECW popularity. It really is.
Right.
John Cena is not the franchise. Shane Douglas. Wow, a Shane Douglas mentioned in the chat. That's
really?
That's
In
different.
2022. Oh, and I gotta mention this, by the way. Shout out to Buff Bagwell being on Twitter.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
The minute I saw that, I thought of you. I'm like, the minute I saw it, he was trending.
Yeah.
Buff Bagwell was trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see that. That's the minute I saw that name, I'm like, did Jeff go up and like kick his ass and it started trending on Twitter? Is that what happened? Like I had no idea why he was trending. I'm like, why? And then I got a little nervous because then I'm like, oh God, I hope something bad didn't happen to the poor dude.
Right.
That's why he's trending. I'm like, but yeah, Buff Bagwell of all people, unbelievable. WrestleMania Raw go home show, NXT go home show, SmackDown go home show 24 hours before Mania, Hall of Fame, Mania Raw after WrestleMania. Thank you, God, for this stupendous gift.
Did you really almost sing a song? I'm done.
Buff freaking Bagwell. Yes. All right. Let's get to our picks. Guys, play along in the chat. Let us know who you are picking for these matches. We will start our predictions right now. So, Jeff, what do we have first?
All right. So we've got Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin.
Happy Corbin looks a little. What does he look like in that? I don't even know. He looks kind of like a cross between I don't know, like a Hawaiian gangster to me. Yeah, maybe. And with that little, where's that mustache coming from, man? Happy Corbin. Oh my God. Yeah, I love, dude. When they talked about him the other night, they went all the way back to when he lost all of his money. They went back to that whole entire storyline as to when he was broke, and then when he got the money, he won all the money in Vegas. They went all the way back to the beginning. Tell you my prediction: the fans don't win on that one. Yeah. This is gonna be a little bit hard to keep people, on top of this particular match. But you do have Happy Corbin, and you have Madcap Moss, and you have Drew McIntyre. I think this is a pretty easy one, and I'm, of course, going to go with Drew McIntyre. If you guys haven't been seeing some of the house shows, sometimes people see those on Twitter. Drew has been facing Roman Reigns at a lot of house shows recently. So that can sometimes be something that may lead to something else or something coming up. So just keep that in mind. So maybe bigger things are in store for Drew. But yeah, I'm going with Drew here. Not any question. I'm sure Madcap will try to get involved. But yeah, Drew is going to take out Happy Corbin and make him. You're going to make him sad, Corbin. You're going to make him sad, Corbin. That's my prediction. Go ahead, Jeff.
So typically I don't say this, but if you ever need to strategically place when you will need to go to the restroom or re-up on your snacks,
Yep.
this might be a good time to do so.
Yep.
No offense to these guys, but this might be a time where you go take care of your personal business, make a phone call, grab a sandwich, do your taxes if you haven't done those yet.
James Chadwick said, "Go have a poop." Yep.
Go have whatever you need to do. This might be a good match to do that. All of that being said, I've got to think Drew has some bigger things on the horizon, so I've got Drew in this.
Yeah, absolutely. This is probably the easiest one we all picked. Tazzy, go ahead.
Basically the same thing. This is probably gonna be like in the middle of one of the nights. I can't remember what night it's gonna be. Oh, Saturday. Look, it's Saturday. Yeah. You're going to hear because that card for Saturday is booked. But the only prediction you actually really need is Drew gonna kill Happy Corbin with the sword or not. That's about it.
And he's gonna Claymore Madcap Moss's head off.
Yep. Is he going to turn Happy Corbin into a Shishka Corbin? Is what we got to know, I guess. Oh, man. All right. Well, we got that out of the way. Will it be that long enough that you can do all that stuff? LOL.
I mean, it all depends, Super C. I mean, you might be able to multitask. I mean, if you take James's recommendation of going to have, to drop a deuce, if you like to multitask, you can take a laptop or something with you and, do the taxes and make a phone call, maybe your phone call is to your accountant. Who knows? Yep. But you might
never know. If you have a TV in your bathroom, it'd be a lot easier.
That's true. Some people have TVs right in the bathroom.
They do.
Absolutely.
They do.
Absolutely.
I'm about to put one. I'm just saying.
There you go. Tazzy's heading that off at the pass. All right. What's up next?
All right, we got a tag team matchup. The Mysterios up against the Miz and one of the Paul brothers that I don't care enough to know which one it is.
Yeah, I
Which one is this one? Is it Logan? Is this Logan?
It's Logan Paul.
This might be. I don't know. I get them all confused. I think it's Logan. I don't know. It could be Logan. It could be
Logan.
It could be Larry. Maybe it's Larry Paul or Mo Paul or Curly Paul. I don't know. It could be any of the Paul brothers. I really don't care.
You know what, Joe? It's probably Shemp Paul.
Shemp Paul. Yes, there you go. That's who it is.
Man.
You know what? He kind of has a hairstyle like Shemp. So let's just call him Shemp Paul. That's Shemp Paul. It's Shemp Paul and The Miz against the Mysterio. So, yes. Yeah. Go ahead, Tazzy. Who wins?
I mean, this is basically a Rey Mysterio match because of the game and everything like that. You got to have him in this pay-per-view, and he's going to win because he's on the cover of. Oh my God! I can't believe I guess we have to, but of course he's going to win. Don't get me wrong. I have a feeling it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a show stealer. Just a heads up. Just throw it out there.
Miz will carry it for their side of the team. Miz is good enough to carry some stuff like this. Where's Bad Bunny? Maybe Bad Bunny will be in this match too. Maybe he'll make an appearance too, and it'll be you'll have a little bit of everything. This match can actually can deliver considering Ray and Miz, and it gives Dom and Ray their moment. Yeah. I don't think this will be a horrible match. I just can't stand Logan Paul. But other than that, I agree with Tazzy. I think, like he said, WWE 2K22 is, of course, Ray was on the cover. They're going to have him come out of this and win this match, I'm sure, and and take care of the heels. But yeah, it could actually be a pretty good match between these two teams. So we'll see. And we've seen Shemp wrestle before, and he's been pretty good in the ring too. So yeah, this could actually be a surprisingly pretty good match. He will try to cheat. Yes, I agree with that. Yes, Miz always does. Jake Paul, I'm a fan of MJF. That's why people will love it when Logan takes the pin. 619. A bunny destroyer on Logan Paul. Imagine that pop. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that happening. Jeff, go ahead.
I've got the Mysterios, but I'm going to say this. Bad Bunny set the bar incredibly high for celebrity people to be involved at Mania. Yeah. So I'm just going to say, and whoever thought that you would say that? You remember last year, everybody was like, why in the world did they get Bad Bunny? Who cares about Bad Bunny? And he just went out and delivered. If it wasn't for, Mr. Biased, he put on a damn good match last year. Yeah, so I hope that Logan Paul, in all seriousness, I think this will be a fun match. I'm curious to see how Logan looks. I know he's looked pretty good, doing some stuff here and there, but I want to see if he put that same commitment in that Bad Bunny did, because you could really tell last year. But I've got the Mysterios in this one.
All right. Let's see. Poopy Paul. Says Chad. Bad Bunny with both hatch and throw Easter eggs at Miz and Logan during the match. Knoxville versus Sammy will be great. To believe me, I'll take Bad Bunny over Logan Paul. Mike Tyson comes out and punches Logan Paul.
Please.
Could you imagine? And then sets up a big blockbuster of Mike Tyson against Logan Paul. Yeah, why not? All right, Jeff, what's next?
All right. So this is one that something I'm looking forward to so much.
Oh,
I'm so looking forward to this. We get the KO show in Dallas, Texas, with the Texas Rattlesnake, the man, the myth, the legend, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
The question is does KO come out to Stone Cold's music and dress up in that ridiculous Stone Cold costume like he did the other day? What disrespect that would be for him to do that. Listen, when you get a legend back in a ring, no matter in what capacity, and people don't really know what this is going to amount to, it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be just your normal. A lot of people are saying, "Well, he's gonna have him sit down, and and then something's gonna happen, and then Stone Cold's gonna stun him, and that's gonna." I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna be all with this. My prediction on this is that I think they are going to have a match, and I think it's going to be at the next pay-per-view. So I think that's what's going to happen with that, or maybe not, and maybe they'll hold it off until SummerSlam, which would obviously be even bigger. But I think they're going to have an actual match. I think this is just the start of it, and I think they're gonna get a match. I think out of Stone Cold here. But yeah, Stone Cold will prevail, no doubt. Kevin may attack him at some point, get him down a little bit, maybe give him some shots, and then, beat on him a little bit. And of course, the crowd will get behind him, and Stone Cold will come back, and then Stone Cold will stun him. And then that'll be the end of it. And he'll drink some beer, and he'll throw it on Kevin Owens, and that'll be how that'll end, I'm sure. But look, it's very cool to see him back. I hope that he, and maybe he does want that last match. He talked about when he got rock bottomed, and that was kind of it for his wrestling career. And medicine is wonderful today. Modern medicine is got people like Edge back in the ring, who they never thought would. So maybe Stone Cold gets to end it on his own terms. And what a boost for Kevin Owens that would be, to be the last match wrestled by Stone Cold Steve Austin. So, but yeah, I think that's how it's going to go. I think it's going to be pretty predictable the way that it'll go. Definitely listen. If Stone Cold doesn't end up listen, they could swerve us. You never know. Wrestling is very funny. They could swerve us and have Kevin Owens get the better of him here, which would be, oh my God. You want to talk about Kevin Owens already has nuclear heat. You want him to have even like atomic heat, is have him beat up Stone Cold Steve Austin in front of the Texas crowd. So you never know. They could go either way. I would say that it'll be the other thing because they want the fans to get out of there happy. But in either case, very cool to see. So, Tazzy, go ahead. What do you think happens with this?
There's a lot of people, and this is actually, I can see this happening. This happened in night one, did have the match in night two. It's a possibility that might happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, same thing. They're talking, blah blah blah. Then it gets heated. It gets to the point where like, you know what? Me and you 1-on-1. Not sure when it's going to happen. Could happen at the next pay-per-view, which is WrestleMania Backlash. Great fitting. Or you could have it during the summer. I don't know where SummerSlam is at. I can't remember where it's at. But I would have to look that up. But could be SummerSlam. We'll see.
Yeah, it's possible. I really didn't consider that night one, night two thing, but yeah, that could be. If it just ends up being being just a quick appearance, and it is just a talk show, and he just stuns him, it could. I mean, Kevin could go ballistic, go in the back room, and demand a rematch on night two. So yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. SummerSlam, by the way, 2022 is in Nashville, Tennessee.
Random.
Nashville, Tennessee. So, all right, Jeff, what do you think, man? What do you think is going to happen here?
Sorry, I had to mute real quick because
All good.
something going on out in the hallway.
Oh,
Yeah, we won't even get into that right now. We'll have to talk about that after the fact. I agree with I think we'll get a stunner, we'll get some beer in the ring. This could lead to something more, but I want to take a moment to just get people to understand and maybe appreciate the lane that Kevin Owens is in right now. A lot of people will always say, well, he's not in the title picture. He's not in the title picture. You don't have to be in the title picture to do something significant.
yep.
And this is significant. I mean, think about it. This is involving Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is huge for Kevin Owens. So, yeah, I think he's doing some of the best work of his career right now. I love it. I'm excited to see these two share the ring together in whatever capacity. I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Who said that? Aaron. Aaron said the lights go down and Undertaker is behind Kevin Owens. Someone mentioned that too on Busted Open. It may have been LaGreca. I don't really remember. But they were saying if you want to give him just like one more ring moment really quickly during the Hall of Fame thing, or after him being inducted into the Hall of Fame, he could have him kind of come out when Stone Cold is out there and deck Kevin Owens. Yeah, you could do that. They could do something like that. It'd be a little tough though, because I think they have to bring those guys out on stage and everything like that too for that. So I don't know, but yeah, someone else mentioned that. So it is definitely in Nashville. Someone saying no, it's not in Nashville, it's in Vegas. It is definitely in Nashville because they're advertising it at Nissan Stadium for SummerSlam, and it's July 30th, 2022. So it is definitely in Nashville.
Yeah, the Money in the Bank is at in Vegas.
Yes. Yep. All right. Well, this one's going to be big, and this could be one of the biggest pops that we get for night one. So what is next, Jeff?
Speaking of big, this match.
This is a dream matchup. It really is. I'm not really too sure what Edge is becoming or what he's doing. It's really weird. It's kind of a it's kind of, I mean, maybe a little rated R superstar, but there's also maybe a little Malachi Black type stuff going on in there too. A little bit of edgy, which apropos it is Edge. So I think the thing that I'm seeing with the buildup with this one, obviously, again, long play. You didn't see AJ around for a while, and Ed just kept coming out saying, talking to people and saying why he did what he did and everything like that. I think the hard part you're going to have here is for the crowd to suddenly boo Edge, because since he's returned, he's been a face. And sometimes it's difficult to turn on a guy like that when you've been used to cheering him so much. So I think it's going to be interesting to watch that. Our fans really gonna end up booing Edge here during this match. Obviously, AJ's the face in the feud. So, but that said, this match should be tremendous. And Ed's matches in the last WrestleMania and some of the pay-per-views that he did have been amazing. Remember the one with him and Randy Orton. So this match should be tremendous. It could be one of the best matches of the weekend between these two guys. And again, this is a dream match. This is something you would have only dreamt about in the past to see two of the best that have ever done it. And two of the best that you'll ever see. So this is going to be a really, really good match, and one I'm really, really looking forward to. So, Jeff, go ahead, man. What do you think about AJ and Edge?
Oh man, this is, like you said, it's a dream match. It's a dream match. I got to rock with AJ in this one though. I think I think they're gonna start pushing AJ a little bit more too going forward. This could be the catalyst for something big for AJ. So I think AJ goes over in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there too. I think AJ is going to win it as well. I think AJ will win the match also because I think they just re-signed him. So obviously he made it clear that he wants to retire with WWE. And I do agree with Jeff. I think he's going to get put back into the title picture now and get away from the whole thing with Omos and the tag team stuff. I think he's going to get put back into the title picture. And what a better way to do that than to beat Edge. Edge came back, did what he wanted to do, obviously. And maybe this is kind of Edge's way of, giving back a little bit, getting other people over and stuff. So yeah, I agree with Jeff. I think that AJ will win. Tazzy, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. It's without saying my prediction for the main event. I think this is the perfect plan because now you can actually have. The only thing is, we're probably more likely will have a. What's the word looking for? Maybe a heel turn later on that night. I'm just going to throw that out there. A former like a tag team that somebody changes on somebody. I'm just throwing it out there. But anyway, we need to start pushing because we don't know what WWE is going to do once WrestleMania is over because they're going to a solid one title. So I don't know, is this the rumor of them going to a solid one roster or they're going to split it off still? But we got to see. But I got to go with AJ Styles on this one.
Yeah, I think so. All right, what do we have next, Jeff?
All right. We've got the Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura and our good friend Rick Boogs.
Rick Boogs. I love him. He's awesome. I love the mustache. Dude, the dude's looking more and more like Freddie Mercury all the time with his mustache and the haircut and stuff like that. He's awesome. I love him. And I love their little trailblazing thing that they're doing for the car company that they do. That's hilarious too. Man. This is a tough call. This is a really tough call because it's almost like if something happens, then something else happens here. I would love to see Boogs and Shinsuke win. I just don't think it's time for the Usos to lose more than it is for Shinsuke and Boogs to win the titles. I think that the Usos are going to retain. Probably shenanigans. Probably some weird stuff will happen that they'll end up winning or cheating to win. But I just kind of don't think, and this will go into my explanation for what I think is going to happen with the main event. But I don't think it's time for the Usos to lose, so I'm going to go with them here. Although I would love to see Shinsuke and Boogs win it. I think that Boogs and Shinsuke might end up splitting up at some point, and Shinsuke might go back to singles, and I think Boogs can kind of carry himself now as a singles wrestler too. So I think it's going to be the Usos that are going to win this. Jeff, go ahead.
The Usos are one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm saying that, of all time.
Yeah.
While I love Shinsuke and Boogs, I just don't think they're the team to do it. So yeah, give me the Usos to win this one.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Go ahead, Tazzy.
You guys know I love the Usos, you know. Yeah, I really, really want Shinsuke and Boogs to win. I have a huge feeling on these tag team titles, though. There is about to be a combined title with this one too. There's a lot of hints out there, aka the Usos have a match tomorrow. I'm just throw it out there.
Mhm.
I'll just throw it out there. They might have to combine these titles too. And that's why I'm like sitting here, okay, we're about to combine titles again. We're going back to the old school of WWE because this is, and I can see them needed to do a match like a, I don't know, a Street Profits versus the Usos, maybe. Just throw it out there. Just saying. Just saying that. And that's the only reason why I like the Usos going to win, and I think the Street Profits is going to take them and win the titles on that. Oh, did I just mess up my prediction? Oh well, and it's what it is.
Oops. I think the Creed brothers could be the guys to dethrone the Usos at SummerSlam potentially. No brainer. It's all about the Us. RK Bros versus the Usos. The Street Profits going heel also. Tazzy and yeah, looked kind of like they were turning heel. Yeah, it kind of did. All right, man. What do we got next?
All right, this is gonna be so good. Becky Lynch versus
Another long build storyline since last year. We all know what happened when Becky came down and Bianca was so happy to see her, and Becky came in and it looked like Becky was going to kind of join her, and then Becky snaked her and beat her in seconds and took the title. And boy, did they get backlash from that, saying that they made her title reign look bad and all this other stuff. Well, it ends up that it was part of a storyline that was going to go on for the course of a year. And now Bianca gets her rematch. So Becky and Bianca part 2. And I can't listen. After what happened to Bianca at Mania last year, via Becky, I really think that Bianca will win this. Would be very interesting to see if Bianca gets ultimate revenge and squashes Becky and pins her very, very quickly in this match. Fans may not like it, but don't be surprised if it does happen similar to that. I don't know if it'd be over in 50, whatever that was, the 30 seconds or whatever it was that she pinned. I don't know if it'll be over that quickly because these two could have a really good match. They're both amazing wrestlers, and it could be a really, really outstanding match. And that's probably what it will be. But I wouldn't be shocked if they kind of turn the tables and Bianca just, pins her quickly. Either way, Bianca wins her belt back. And it's been building for the better part of a year. I think Bianca gets another big moment here for herself, and kind of shoots up into the stratosphere for her, because the sky's the limit for Bianca Belair. And maybe, just maybe, we get what the fans were kind of wanting anyway with Becky. And if all of these things are kind of moving together and there's no separation with Raw and SmackDown anymore, maybe we get Becky going after one Ronda Rousey at some point. So maybe that's what comes of it. Jeff, go ahead. What do you think?
All right. Tazzy, you want to go next?
No, it's up to you. Oh, you want me to go?
I'll go. You can back clean up on this one, I guess.
All right, that's okay.
I'll make it simple. Becky had a great WrestleMania moment last year. I mean, Bianca had a great WrestleMania moment last year going up against Sasha.
Yeah.
SummerSlam, not so much.
SummerSlam, yes. Sorry, it wasn't WrestleMania.
I think Bianca's going to have another great WrestleMania moment this year. I don't think she quite gets the same kind of time. I don't think she gets revenge that quickly. I kind of want to see Bianca prolong the ass whooping a little bit. If I'm being honest, like I want to see her savor the revenge, not make it so quick, but beat her down for what she's put her through for almost a year and taking that title. That's what I want to see. And then that's good. I feel like that's gonna send Becky to do some soul searching, which will be good for that character too. And we see some different things from her, but I've got Bianca.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead, Tazzy.
Ready for this swerve? I think somebody already said it in the chat too. That's the funny part. You know how I love storylines and how long-term storytelling is awesome, right? What if we get this match and a certain person comes back in the middle and has some revenge on Bianca, aka Bailey,
Oh, jeez.
to win to win this match. Therefore, you don't have to have Bianca look weak at all on this during this because somebody came in interrupting the match. Not interrupt, but no disqualification, but make her lose the title. Therefore, we can actually have a certain match later on down the line where you still have Lynch versus a certain other one that make it even bigger because both of them will have a title.
Okay. All right. That would be interesting. I mean, Bailey looks like she's probably ready to come back. I wouldn't be surprised at all if she shows up on Monday after. I think there's going to be a lot of big returns on that Monday after Raw. That's why we're doing a watch along for that one, because we're probably going to see a lot more people come back. Did I see Jake Michaels' comment? Randy Sam says, "What did I miss here?" I'm happy to see you. I'm happy you see that, Joe and Jeff and Tazzy. But WWE is advising Becky and Charlotte. Advertising Becky and Charlotte versus Ronda and Bianca on Raw tomorrow, and rumors is Alexa Bliss's head is added in this match or Charlotte's match. I don't know. I'll believe that when I see it. I'm not hearing things. There's been no indication to me that Alexa is doing much of anything. So I don't know, and that goes for Alexa's own Twitter. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, I guess. Oh God, do we really have a Tessa Blanchard mention?
I was waiting for it.
It's been a while since we've had that happen. It's been a while since we've had that happen. Yeah, I don't see that happening. C says, I think Bianca wins, then Alexa returns after Mania, attacking Bianca following the Chamber. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that. If that's when they're going to bring her back, I'm cool with that. Listen, I hope they do something with her after that whole thing about her coming back and the whole psychology thing and the thing with her seeing the therapist and all that. And then it just kind of gets blown by the wayside. So I hope so. All righty. What do we got next?
Up next, Charlotte. and Ronda.
There's people kind of banging on this match. And they're banging on it because they're saying that they just aren't believing the storyline for this. The people that are banging on it are the ones they're kind of complaining about Ronda, and they're just kind of saying that Ronda just doesn't look like she's happy playing a face. I guess that could be, but listen, Charlotte is a pro's pro. Charlotte can carry anything, any feud that comes her way. She's just that good, and she can carry anything. But and I don't know if you guys are seeing that too. It's just something I heard on more than one place, that they just weren't as interested maybe in this feud, because of it just seems like Charlotte's kind of like it's one-sided a little bit. Like Charlotte is kind of putting the stuff out there, but then Ronda's kind of not giving her enough back. And they're just not. I remember when Ronda first came back, that people were saying that they weren't really seeing the passion from her. But sometimes you just play a better heel than you do a face. And that could really be what it is with Ronda. Ronda just may be a better heel, and that just might be what it is. Sometimes that's how it goes. I do believe that Ronda's going to win. I do believe that's why they're having this feud, is because Charlotte is going to put Ronda over. Again, you always have to remember in the back of your mind that Ronda's a part-timer. We don't know how long she's going to stick around. Or how long she's going to be there, but I do think she's going to win the title. I also do agree with those who have said that this should have been Ronda and Becky. It just makes all that much more sense. From the feud they had in the past, it just would have made a hell of a lot more sense if they would have paired Becky up with Ronda for the title, and then you could have had Charlotte go up against Bianca for her title and just swap it. And I think that would have just maybe worked out a little bit better. So I kind of have to agree. And I saw Conrad said, I think the build to this feud has been I kind of agree with you. It's kind of fallen a little flat in places. I'm not saying that I don't think it's going to be a good match. I do. I really do. And again, Charlotte can command almost any match. And I believe Ronda will be good too. I believe she's ready to go, and I believe I believe the match is going to be good. I just really haven't maybe bought into this as much as I could have. And I kind of agree with some of those people about what they're saying about it. And as far as that goes, maybe it'll change. We still have 2 shows to go. And maybe they're going to be on Raw tomorrow night, and they'll build it up a little bit there. Maybe they'll be on SmackDown and build it up a little more there. So things could change. But I think it's going to be good. But I do think Ronda's going to win. And I think that's pretty much the reason why they've done this. I think that it's to give Ronda a title. And Charlotte's had it for a while now. So maybe Charlotte will take a little time off. Maybe, if Ronda does something to her that makes her tap out, maybe injures her, not a real injury, but maybe it's a storyline injury, and they'll give Charlotte some time away. She's been there for a long, long time, going at it week after week. So maybe she'll take a little bit of time off after. We'll see. But I'm going to go with Ronda to win. I think the match should be pretty good. I'm just a little leery about about this storyline. That's all. So go ahead, Tazzy. What do you think?
As you guys know, I rather have people. There's certain people I'd rather have heels. 1, Finn Balor. 2, Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
3 is Bianca Belair. They should have did that too, but hey, we'll get to that later.
May come down the line at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. It gets to the point when people don't look as a badass as they're supposed to be, and it gets to the point where it's like it's kind of cheesy, aka John Cena or Roman Reigns. That was forced. This is forced. This is a little bit of force of Ronda turning face, because she's never been that type that want to be a face. Like, hey, I want to be a nice guy. She's never been like that. Even in the UFC, she was not like that. Why are you going to put her in here doing like something like this? It's like, no, but I get it. What else can you do? Because if she faced Becky, then she was going to be a face there. So I guess at the point it's like it is what it is. But you gotta fix this some kind of way the next couple of shows where it's like actually don't look forced.
Yeah, and
Oh,
Ronda
who's winning?
was,
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Ronda winning.
and Ronda was talking all that trash about the fans and stuff, just last year, saying how she couldn't stand the fans and blah 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 blah. And you kind of thought that she's got to come back. She's gonna be a heel. So yeah, I don't know. I agree. So let me get this right. From what Tazzy said, could WWE actually combine the WWE Universal belts, the tag team belts, and the women's belts? Could do anything, sure. That to me signals that they are ending the brand split, which I know a lot of people have been calling for. As long as Ronda doesn't cut any more promos, we'll be. Becky retains, Ronda wins the title, setting up a Becky. Doesn't it just look though? And Jeff, you can answer this too when you call your prediction here. But doesn't it just look though like when she comes out to her music, the smile looks manufactured. The smile looks like she's being forced to smile and slap people's hands as she's walking down to the ring. It just comes off to me as being a little bit forced by her, and it just doesn't look like what she's supposed to be. Listen, the woman is a badass, and she always was from UFC on. So she's a badass, and that's what I think they should just let her be. And to me, she's just not a comfortable face. I guess that's a good word to use. Maybe go ahead, Jeff. What do you think?
I don't think she's comfortable, and I think she needs someone to do her talking for her.
Yep.
Not, and I think that for a few reasons. No shade to her at all. But I think if she had someone that was doing her talking for her, and just let her be the badass, just let
Yep.
her be the person that comes in, beats people up, and leaves. That's what I want to see from her. Um, I just don't think she's comfortable in this role.
Yep.
Which I understand. I
Yep.
get it.
Yeah.
She thrive. I think as a wrestler, she thrives off of the booze and everything, and I think it plays into her character a little bit more that she built up before. So,
Yep.
that being said, though, I got Ronda winning. Remember, Charlotte has some personal life things that she probably wants to do in the near
Yep.
future. Um, you know, congratulations to her,
Yep.
and hopefully that happens. Hopefully that happens soon for her. But yeah, I think I've got Ronda winning this, and it'll be interesting to set up to see what we get set up after this.
Yes. Agreed. Somebody mentioned Paul Heyman being her manager. I'd be okay with that. There were rumors about that happening, that Paul was going to form a pseudo stable, and back when he was with Brock. But it's not going to happen now because Paul being involved with, of course, Roman. So it wouldn't happen now. But I wouldn't mind her having, like Jeff said, having a manager. I think that would really help her out, having that mouthpiece. Hey, how about MVP? How about MVP? I mean, he's really not doing all that much, but would it be so weird with MVP having Bobby Lashley and Ronda Rousey? I'd be okay with that. I'd be all right with that. Diamond Mine says erase your mind. I'd be okay with that. All right, moving on. What's next?
All right, so now we start getting to night 2. Well, we've got these two, Pat and Austin.
What is with the mustaches on some of these guys, man? Corbin and Corbin and him must go to the same barber. They almost have the same exact. But it's Austin Theory against Pat McAfee. This should be a fun match. This should be a fun match. It's always interesting to see Pat McAfee out there doing his thing. Listen, we've seen this dude wrestle a few times, and it was in NXT. But he was in a War Games match, and I'll tell you what, he was pretty impressive in the War Games match. So and Pat McAfee is super excited, and why wouldn't you be? A dude who was a punter in an NFL let's not forget that he was a punter, is now going to be in a match at WrestleMania. I love what this man does on commentary. I love listening to him on Friday nights. You can just tell how much he loves the business and how into it he gets. And I think he's going to give it his all in this one. Now, this is going to be interesting, though, as to who will win this, because Theory is the guy who was Vince's dude. He was the one. And remember, this was initially supposed to be Austin Theory and Shane McMahon in this match. So, and that went by the wayside. And now, is Vince going to? Will Vince come down to the ring for this? I don't know. Maybe it'd be a big shocker because we haven't seen him down in the capacity in that capacity for a while. But could he come down to the ring and cost McAfee a win? It'll be interesting. I'm gonna say Pat will win, but I'm not real sure on this. I can kind of go either way, but I'm gonna say Pat will win the match. But I think this will be pretty entertaining, and just keep an eye out because I think Pat McAfee could really put on a show here, and I think he does really well. Vince will do commentary. Oh, I like that. If Vince comes down and does commentary on the match, dude, I dig that. I like that. Because then he'd be down there already. Okay, I'm all right. I'd be okay with that. Jeff, what do you think, dude?
I've got Pat winning. I think he'll win it. And I just want to make other people mad by picking Pat. So
okay,
Pat.
All right. Austin Theory, you're fired. Dazzy, go ahead. What do you think?
I agree. I just like to make people mad. If you guys haven't seen Pat in the ring, go back to watch the NXT matches he was in with him, Anako, and the War Games match.
Yeah,
really, really surprised a lot of people. Me in particular on the first match. The second match, I wasn't surprised because I saw the first match, but this match is gonna be good. Show Stealer, maybe it's a possibility, but I got Pat for the win.
Okay. A lot of people agreeing in the chat. Most people are saying Pat McAfee. Picking Pat says Jesse Calynn. Hey, Jesse. Pat winning with the help of Nakamura and Boog, says Supersonic. Pat is really good in the ring, said Deanna. Pat by a null and void the K9 way. Hello to you. War Games, yeah. With the War Games with Pat was really something. Was really, really something. All right. Next up, what do we got, Jeff?
Next up, we've got Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, going back all the way to the history of WrestleMania, you always had these like celebrity kind of gimmicky matches, whether it was Lawrence Taylor or whether it was William Refrigerator Perry, or whether it was Pete Rose and Kane segments. You always had the celebrity matches. Here's the thing about them. Are they going to be the greatest match ever? No. But the good thing about this one is you've got a guy in Sami Zayn who is the guy's just a company guy. He's going to do whatever you give him or hand him to do, and he's going to make it good. So Sammy is a perfect person to work with Johnny Knoxville. I don't know how much time Johnny has been putting into this, but look, listen, he's been on Jackass. So he's got some experience with falling for sure. And listen, I think that this will be entertaining. Is it going to be the best match of the night? No. But I think it'll be entertaining. I think Sammy can carry this and make it good. I think Sammy will make it good because this is what he does. And that's what this guy's done in his career. You give him something to work with, he's gonna make it good. And I think that will be the case here. So I think Johnny Knoxville will end up winning just because it's face versus heel, and that's going to drive Sammy into even more of a frenzy. I mean, he gave Sami Zayn's number away, and he had people calling him on the phone, constantly or texting him constantly. That's a pretty lousy thing to do. But I think Knoxville will win, and I think Sami Zayn will make it look like a really good show, and a lot more than it probably should. But this will be crazy. But I think Knoxville comes out and wins this one. Go ahead, Tazzy. What do you think?
The crazy insane match. This is a anything goes match. So expect a lot of weapons to be involved.
Yeah.
This is gonna be one of those crazy. Don't be shocked if you go actually see blood with somebody. Don't be shocked. This is gonna be
that would be a different thing in WWE.
This is gonna be a little bit different thing. This is we're slowly getting back to it. I'm just throwing it out there. I do say this. I'm gonna say this, and you guys can mark this down on the calendar. Sami Zayn will be a champion, a WWE champion by the end of his WWE run. I'm saying it now. I'm throwing it out there now. Just saying. But anyway, this is hard. This is hard to pick because do you have Johnny win? But at the same time, do you want Sami to win also to bring him up more? Because you kind of want him to either go for one of the mid card titles right now. And I was like, you kind of need him for that. So I'm gonna say Sami. Am I comfortable about it? No. Just expect a lot of weapons. Hopefully we finally get a kitchen sink out of it.
I like Supersonic's way of thinking in the chat. Johnny winning, leaving Sami Zayn to go in berserk. He may need a character change. Sami's been doing this conspiracy theory guy, Sami, for a little while. So maybe losing to him breaks him a little bit, and we get a little bit of a change up of a character for Sami Zayn, which I think that could very well be. Jeff, what do you think here?
Breaking news, by the way. Look at James Chadwick's comment.
Chris Rock was making jokes. Oh, this is the Oscars. And Will Smith pretended to punch him, but then he said something else. And Will Smith shouted, "Keep my effing name out your mouth." Wow. Will Smith and Chris Rock fighting? Oh, boy. That's entertainment on the Oscars. Okay.
I'm recording that right now.
Wow.
Okay.
Interesting.
That was a legit moment.
Wow. Alrighty then.
Wow. Okay. There we go. So maybe that's the next match we need to break down.
Maybe that'll be added to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Chris Rock and Will Smith.
I've got Johnny winning this because I need to see. Here's what I really need to see, and I doubt that it will ever happen. I'd love to see Sami return to like an El Generico type of gimmick.
Yeah.
And just go crazy. That's what I would love to see.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. That'd be awesome. I think it's time. I think it's time for a change for him. Like I said, he's been doing this character for a little while now, and I think it would be good to possibly see something different and to get him, to get him into a different character. I was just looking to see if this this is trending on Twitter. It's under what just happened. Oscar viewers were left confused following an exchange between comedian Chris Rock and actor Will Smith, with many questioning whether the onstage altercation was scripted or unexpected.
Could have been.
All right.
I'm so glad I recorded that.
Maybe they will contact Vince McMahon and they will get in a ring at some point. So who knows? Who knows? All right. It's in Twitter. I just watched it to Gene. I don't know if they staged that or what, but it was staged. They did it really well. Oh, look at that. We might be having some wrestling on the Oscars tonight. Okay. Why not? Let's just start it all early. What's next, Jeff?
Here we go. We've got the women's tag team title match. Queen Zelina versus Liv Morgan. And why am I drawing a blank? Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley, yep.
Tasha Banks and Naomi, Natalya, and Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, this all of a sudden was made into a fatal four-way with the tag teams. I can tell you this. with the friction between Queen Zelina and Carmella, that's going to be a match at some point very, very soon. So they are not winning the titles. They're not going to keep those belts. That I do know. Now, who they're going to give them to? Natalya and Shayna's interesting team. They were just kind of brought together, though, so I don't think they will win it. It's going to come down to Liv and Rhea or Sasha and Naomi. Now, I would think the favorites would be Sasha and Naomi, which I would actually like to see, but I wouldn't mind seeing Rhea and Liv win them either. So this is a tough call. This is a really, really tough call. I'm going to go with maybe a little bit of an upset pick here, and I'm going with Liv and Rhea. I think that they really want to put a belt on Liv, and Rhea's been incredible lately in some of the matches that she's been in, and really, along with Bianca, Rhea is the future of the women's division in this company, and I think that they kind of need to recognize that. And if it's putting the tag team belts on her and Liv, I think it would be well-deserved for the both of them. I'm going with Liv and Rhea. Although, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Sasha and Naomi win it, because it looks as if, they're being built up, and it looks as if they're building toward that. Naomi's come from that whole thing with Sonya and stuff like that, and now she's teamed up with Sasha. And Sasha really doesn't have anything else going on either. So it's really kind of a toss-up between those two, but I'm going to go with Liv and Rhea. What do you think, Jeff?
Oh, that's a good point. I was definitely gonna go with Sasha and Naomi, which I still may, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Liv and Rhea win it. So I think I'm gonna go with Sasha and Naomi, but wouldn't be shocked if Rhea became a tag champ again.
Yeah. Yep. Tazzy, go ahead, man.
I'm going with Liv and Rhea, but expect a Sasha Banks moment during this match with Naomi. Just something special. Just something special against Sasha.
Chris Smith said Will versus Chris Rock Day 1 just announced. WrestleMania Day 1. Maybe, hey, who knows? All right. So what's up next?
All right, we go from one tag match to the next. We got the Street Profits against RK Bro against the Alpha Academy. What you got?
The big question here is, when are they going to start the breakup between Randy Orton and Riddle? That's the question. Is it, if it's going to start soon and they're going to kick that off, then they're going to probably lose. I would imagine if they do lose, it would be the Street Profits that are probably going to win. So my guess would be here, though, that I don't think they'll do it just yet. I think there'll be a little more build up about it. That whole feud that's gonna happen. Riddle was supposed to have a very prominent role in WrestleMania, and they kind of switched things around a little bit. So I think they'll keep it going a little bit longer. And then I think you'll start to see some friction develop between those two. So I'm going to go with RK Bro, just because, and also because of the fact that the big crowd is going to be there. And, again, first WrestleMania with, you have the crowds back again and stuff like that. And to see those two guys win the titles, a lot of people love RK Bro. So I think they're going to just go back there. And I think RK Bro will keep their titles in this. So Tazzy, go ahead. What do you think?
A mess we're about to have. You guys saw it on WWE that we're having RK Bro versus the Usos tomorrow. So teaser for the future. Expect the RK Bro to win, because I don't think they can actually do crazy things at the same time. But expect the Street Profits to snap during this match. Expect the snap and just go on a tear after this, and just because they if you guys have never seen the Street Profits as heels, it's so much fun. Just I can't wait.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they are teasing that, no doubt. So go ahead, Jeff. What do you think?
Give me RK Bro for now, but I think we're gonna start to see some fractures there.
Yep.
Just gonna throw that out there, but
Yep.
and also give me the Street Profits as heels.
Yep.
Please and thank you.
Yep.
Harlem Heat.
Yeah, I agree with both. I think, I mean, we're seeing that already occurring. So yeah, I think it's time. Again, the Street Profits have been on a pretty good losing streak. They've been losing a lot lately. They've been losing singles matches and stuff like that. So I think it's time to turn them around too, and let them come out as heels. I think they'd be good at it. They'd both be good at it. So, all right, what's up next?
Last one we have for right now. The big one.
Well. Man, who'd have thought we were going to get to this point? If you would have gone back a year and said they're going to have a title unification match next WrestleMania, I bet people would have told you were a moron. However, that's exactly what we're getting. No one saw this coming. Until it started getting a little bit closer to when you kind of realize what was going on. I'm going to still go back and say I called the whole damn Paul Heyman thing, and I don't care what anybody says. I called that, and I'm damn proud of it because I don't call very much, at least not right anyway. So this has been building and building and building and building, and now we're going to get a unification of the titles. I'm going to tell you how I think this plays out. I think it's going to be a good match. I think you're going to see both men get a lot of finishers on the other. I think you're going to see Roman go to Suplex City. I think you're going to see him take a few F5s. It could be 2 or 3 F5s. Roman's going to take some spears. He's going to take some Brock's going to take some spears and some Superman punches. Brock, here's what I'm going to tell you as one of the big things for this. Brock's going to escape Roman's submission hold. Brock's going to be the first person to get out of that submission hold because it hasn't been done yet. When Roman slaps that on, he closes the match every single time. Brock's going to escape it. However, Roman will win. Now, I don't know exactly how he's going to win, but Roman's going to win. There could be any number of things that might happen. It could be something on Heyman's part. It could be something with the Usos coming down. It could be something along those lines. Roman is going to win. He's going to keep the titles. Roman's going to come out and stand out in the middle of the ring with both of those titles held up in the air. There may be a microphone involved. Roman might just be yelling into the crowd that I am the tribal chief. I am your champion. No one can beat me. And then you're going to hear the Rock's music. And you're going to hear him, and then you're going to see him come out. And that's how they're going to close the show. The Rock's going to appear on stage. He may say something. He may say absolutely nothing. And just stand up on the top of that stage. Roman looking on from the ring, shocked, absolutely shocked, and close the show. Done. You may not get another sighting of that until SummerSlam. You may not hear anything else about it, but now it's in his head. He doesn't know when it's coming. He doesn't know when it's. I mean, they know what they're going to build it up to because it's going to build up to Hollywood next year. But this is going to be, again, you're talking another long, slow build to WrestleMania of next year. And that's how I think it's going to go. I've been thinking that for a while. I could be way off base. The Rock may not be able to be anywhere near WrestleMania. But he did tease during the Super Bowl that, because somebody said to him, when are we, and they mentioned it, and he said, be patient. It's coming. So that's how I think it's going to go. Go ahead, gentlemen. Tazzy, what do you think?
You guys ready? Going to be some craziness. Like Joe said, it's going to be a great match. It's going to be a great match because I know everybody's like, oh, I saw this match before. Oh, this is a different storyline because roles are switched. Hint: roles are switched. That means not only The Rock will come out there because there's somebody else gonna be coming out too. Since next year is at Hollywood, which I will be there and do all the. I'll tease myself. I will be there and be doing the hype party there too. Just throw it out there. There's somebody else, somebody that has history with Brock Lesnar, might come out as a heel since Brock is a heel now. So of course, guarantee we're going to get The Rock at the end and blah blah blah. How that's going to happen? What's going to happen in the microphone? Like Joe said, it's a possible happen. But there's one other person that might be coming out, aka John Cena. John Cena and Brock one last time next year at WrestleMania. With a reverse role, because now you got more like Cena as a heel, which we've been waiting for like I don't know how long, and then now you got a Brock as the face now, which should be a good match. So I'm just throw it out there.
Imagine if NWO Cena came out. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. All right, Jeff, man, it's your turn. Seth Rollins is going to have a WrestleMania moment when Cody appears out of nowhere. Yeah, I mean, we that's not been confirmed, so we can't really talk about that because we don't know. But yeah, that's going to be very that's going to be a really, really good match if that ends up happening, which everybody thinks it will. Wait, did Tazzy just predict Brock to win? Says Jesse. No, he picked Roman as well. Yeah, he picked Roman as well. All right, Jeff, you're up, dude.
I'll make it short and sweet because I don't have anything that's going to top anything that either of you two just said. I think we get a combination of what the two of you have said. That's what I think. I do think we see The Rock at the end. I do think we see that. But I've got Roman winning this. I think it continues for a little bit. And I guess the question is who's the person that's going to be built up that's going to take it off of him?
Yeah.
Who's going to take it off of him?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yep, that's a good point because it won't. Like I said, I don't think that'll happen anytime soon. They're not going to waste that match. They're not going to have it. And listen, that's a Mania match. It is not a SummerSlam match. Mm-hmm. It's not any of that. So that's a good question. And maybe it's Drew McIntyre. We saw that whole thing with Drew, like I said, with him wrestling Roman recently. So it could be Drew. Don't know. But that's a great question. Cena comes out as Peacemaker. Could you imagine? Could you imagine he comes out to that music? Could you imagine he comes out to the music? Oh my God, that would be amazing. Do you want to taste it? Oh, I would love that. That'd be awesome. Guys,
I do got one more teaser. Yeah, go ahead. Dude. If see, this is going how crazy. This is gonna be crazy. No, depends what happened the night before at the NXT pay-per-view on Braun Breaker. Might be a call for a fast track for Braun Breaker. Just throw it out there.
That's possible. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, we could see him there. We could see Gable Steveson there. Yeah, it's very possible. C says, I think Rock comes out, lifts Roman's arm again, and Roman lays him out. Finish Mania with booze filling the arena.
Good call.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that. Why not? I have fears for what happens after this match to SmackDown. That roster needs a boost. Call up LA Knight. If they are going with unified titles, I think the draft's out the window. It doesn't really make sense anymore. I mean, Roman's going to have to go on both shows. The champion's going to have to be on both shows. He's going to be doing double duty. He's going to be on Raw and SmackDown every single week. So, it gives you the ability to have more things because now you can get challengers from both shows. So yeah, we'll see. we'll see. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. That's a big part of what's going to happen. What is going to go on? Do you even bother with the draft? Probably not. Wouldn't make sense. All right. Well, there you go, guys. That is our predictions as to what is out there for now. Obviously, if any other matches come up through the course of between tomorrow night and between Friday night, we'll talk more about that. We can talk about a little bit on our Impact show, and then we'll put it out there as far as what our predictions are and stuff like that. We'll get it out there on the socials for you to check that out. Jeff Jones has just sent you the right hook to the three of you. DM, says Alicia. All right, we'll have to check that out. If Roman or Brock wins the titles at WrestleMania 38. WWE wants one champion. We want two champions. Winner take all match. Cross should have been the one to dethrone Roman. A lot of missed opportunities there, unfortunately. Saw a rumor that they're going to have Gable destroy Omos. I think that's going to be Lashley. It's looking more and more like Lashley might be ready to go, and I think that's going to be Lashley and Omos. We might see more releases if they're unifying the titles. Well, let's not worry about that just yet. Let's not talk about that. I don't want to talk about.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah,
it's already small enough as it is. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about depressing stuff anyway. Just get through this, and we'll see what goes on. I think you're going to see people come back. I know Bailey and Asuka are out there. I think you're going to see people coming back, so that'll be cool. All right, well, there you go. That's our predictions, and for the most part, we are done. Unless Jessie Calynn is still out there. I know Jessie's tired, and well, she should be. She's going to give birth very soon, so she deserves to be tired. But it's getting late for us too, so we are going to get our. We're going to turn it over to Calynn Corner to finish off the show with a smile and a laugh. So we're at the comedy part of our show, and we've got our critic is in the chat. We know he's there. Just gone 4 a.m. I'm off to sleep. Good night, guys. Good night, James. Yeah, I know it's getting late over there. So, Jesse, if you're still with us, you're up, and we will finish off with some jokes from Jesse, and we'll see if the critic is going to critic comedy. Why do you call it that? Oh, here we go. Jesse says, "I'm here, and I didn't collect these jokes for nothing." LOL. Oh God. This is gonna be bad.
Oh man,
this is the first time we've had them both together on the show for a while. This is going to be bad. All right, Jesse, go ahead. In the meantime, we've got a jam-packed schedule tomorrow. Abby's window, unless otherwise notified, is at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we will get a couple of days off. Oh my gosh, Jesse has 12 jokes. Oh God. Anyway, then we'll take a couple of days off, which are going to be much needed. And then we will start our big marathon. We will have Impact on Thursday at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have Impact on Friday for Multiverse of Matches, which is 9:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2, both starting at 7:45 Eastern Standard Time on Saturday and Sunday. Then we will have Raw on Monday night. So the watch along for that, which will start. Oh boy, I don't even know when the hell that's going to start. Probably 7:45 as well. And that's going to come probably after Abby's and after Tazzy's show. So it's it's absolutely crazy. So all right, Jesse, whenever you're ready, let's rock and roll so everybody can get out of here and go get some rest. Obviously, we're going to need it, and Tazzy's going to need it, and everybody's going to need the next couple days to rest and relax until we get to this big, crazy, crazy wrestling weekend that is on its way up. So, what else? Tazzy, go ahead. You can while Jesse's coming up with her list, you can go over what you're doing again real quick.
The hype part for Raw is already up, so go ahead and drop a like on that now, because so you can be notified, or you can just put the notifications up and then you don't have to worry about it. Same thing, either way. Tuesday, go home show, hype party, of course. I was going to do the watch along for that, but there's too much, too much going on this week. Oh, by the way, we are going to eventually start doing the hype party for NXT UK. We're getting back to that. I just can't do the watch along because it never starts on time here on the States. Dang, Peacock. But anyway, Friday we have the hype party for SmackDown. I'll do that as soon as I can to put that up. And then Saturday, a mess. 12:15 p.m. Eastern time is the watch along. We have the predictions also on that, and we also got a cooking with Tazzy. I don't think I never said it. What's the that is? It's mac and cheese nachos.
There you go. Good night, Clay.
And next Monday, of course, Joe already said the hype party for that. And then we might do one more hype party before I take for NXT before I take the hiatus for a minute. Be back. Don't worry, be back. But yeah, that's
all right. We got number one. You know you're not liked when you get handed the camera every time they take a group photo. Oh.
Been there.
They don't want you in the picture. Get it? Cooking or microwaving, says Unbroken. I'm guessing you're referring to the cooking part of it. Big Dan, the Brothers of Destruction episode, WWE. I didn't watch it. I'm offended by that. I'm offended by that program because Bray wasn't in it. They just don't want a cracked lens, Jesse. Oh, here we go. I knew it. Good night, John. Good night, John. There's number two. Never break someone's heart. Never break someone's heart. They only have one of those. Break their bones instead. They have 206 of them.
Good stuff.
Chad says, Joe, I need my rest. I'll be turning 20. Ooh, happy early birthday, Chad. Happy birthday to you, dude. Enjoy your birthday tomorrow. All right. Well, man, it's been a while. Jesse's had some jokes build up. So any more smacking going on at the No, apparently not. Apparently not. I'm offended by the Oscars too because Spider-Man wasn't voted. I thought it should have really gotten a movie of the year vote at least, but what are you going to do? They don't like geek movies. Here comes number three. I just read that someone in New York gets stabbed every 52 seconds. Poor guy. I think I actually shared this one before. Oops.
That's just
it's all good. Jesse, it's all good. No one probably remembered. He said, Jesse, it's somebody's birthday tomorrow. Why subject them to this for their birthday? I'm telling you, man, it's like it reminds me of the Muppet Show all over again. When Fozzie Bear is doing his comedy, and when Statler and Waldorf are up in the balcony and they are criticizing everything he says.
Waka waka.
Waka waka. Oh my gosh. Derek says, look at this. Joke for Chris Rock. What did the five fingers say to the face? Slap. James says that's New York for you. Unbroken says, hey, I live in New York. That's not true. Yes, Joe is correct. Jesse is a Muppet. Spot on. Oh my gosh. It's comedy gold. You listen, you have to have a heckler. It just has to be that. I mean, it just goes hand in hand. It just really does. All right, number 4. What's the difference between a Lamborghini and a dead body? I don't have a Lamborghini in my garage. Jesse goes with some of this dark humor. You get that, you get the little lighthearted stuff that starts first, and then all of a sudden she builds up to this really, really dark stuff, and it goes really, really low, and then she climbs back up at the end. So it's kind of funny. It just go, you get this little thing going up and down, but yeah, it gets a little dark with some of this. You don't even have a garage, Jesse. Come on. Oh my gosh. Alicia's saying she's getting darker. James says love the dark humor. What did Jason say when he was invited to lecture at his old high school about teenage sex? I guess I'll take a stab at it. All right.
Wow.
All right. Not bad for an impromptu joke. I like it. You're not completely useless. You can always be used as a bad example. Swagfest says you're killing us. Oh, God. Jesse's gone to the dark side. The dark side of humor. Jessie describing herself instead of a joke is always welcome. Oh, that's the point, Steve. At least we know I don't actually have a dead body then either. Oh, see, she's fighting back. She's fighting back against her critic. Hey, guys, I'm back, says Nick. I've just been watching the past 25 minutes of the stream looking at the predictions now. I'm back to normal time. Well, that's good. Glad you caught up. Calynn is her last name unbroken. Her first name is Jessie. My goodness. Jesse's saying that's messed up. See, now she's down. Now he's got Jessie crying. She can't do any more jokes. What does the Undertaker say to the people? Rest in peace. That is very true, Clay. That's very, very true. Very, very true. Everyone hates Chris. What are you talking about, Chris Rock? Why? Listen, at this point, why does anyone host the Oscars anymore? Just don't bother. That's like an accident waiting to happen. Good and quick, Jeff. It says, see, he just wants Jeff to cut it right now. Just cut it. Just cut it. Done. I'm Jessie Calynn, real name Jessica Lynn. There you go, Unbroken. See, she clarified it. She clarified it. All right, Jessie, come on. We know you got some more. I saw Cena coming out as Peacemaker prediction and was dying. Oh, my God. Could you imagine? Peacemaker was so good. It was such a good series. Jessie, grab my hand. Come into the light. She's got poltergeist going on here now. We're all over the place. Same question I have to you guys. Why do you host this Calynn Corner stuff? Here's number 6. When ordering food at a new restaurant, my wife asked the waiter what they do to prepare their chicken. Nothing special, he explained. We just tell them they're going to die. Oh, I miss Peacemaker already. Can only do Peacemaker if he does the dance. Oh my God. Wife, yowie, wowie. Deanna, there was a video out there that I shared with my geek group today that had a school that did that for a talent show. The Peacemaker dance was amazing. They're all dressed in the costumes. Here's number 7. I work with animals. The guy says to his Tinder date, "That's so sweet," she replies. "I like a man who loves animals. Where do you work?" "I'm a butcher," he says.
Oh, God.
Now Jesse's going to get the animal activist after us.
PETA's going to come after us.
And the WWF.
Yeah.
Oh, God. In 2K, they have thousands and thousands of community-created skins people have made. Peacemaker skin, that's awesome. I was too lazy to switch it to a husband. See, I'm a cheap comedian, LMS. Oh, as in Butcher the wrestler. Like, there's no clarification there. Says C. Just imagine this being in a comedy club. And Jesse's up on the stage and C's just out in the audience and just is constantly, oh my God, this is priceless. We need a TikTok this summer of John Cena, Brock, Lesnar, Randy Orton, and Batista doing the Peacemaker dance in honor of the 20th anniversary of their debuts. That would be really funny too.
Oh.
Swackfan says that's dark and factual. Number 8. This is dark too. Why don't cannibals eat clowns? Because they taste funny.
Wow. Wow.
And C says, I got my tomatoes ready. See? That's it. Jesse would be covered in vegetables. Just this covered in vegetables. Tomatoes, corn cob, zucchini, anyway. Put Jesse with Birch. Problem solved. Could you imagine if Jesse was the writer for Madcap Moss's jokes?
Oh.
At least Jesse hasn't gotten to worry about cannibals. Totally a clown. Number 9. What is the difference between Iron Man and Iron Woman? One is a superhero. The other is a simple command.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Iron Woman. Wow. Okay.
That'll wow.
All right.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay. What did the cannibal do after he dumped his girlfriend? Cleaned himself up. That would be typical WWE. All Jesse does is Google, not a creative bone in their bodies.
Wow.
Cancel culture can't hate me for that one. I'm a woman. LOL. Jeez. 2 in a row. Nick, that name is banned, says Alicia. Yes, that name is banned. Yes, we don't want to hear any more of that name for a while anyway. Oh my gosh. What do you do when the dishwasher breaks? You marry another. Ooh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, wow.
That's a cancel culture right there.
Yikes. Number 10. They say the surest way to a man's heart is through the stomach, but I find going through the rib cage a lot easier. That's very dark too. Unbroken wins. Sit down, Jesse. I can't really argue. That was stunning from Unbroken. Actually, yeah, that was stunning. Look, even Jesse's laughing. Yeah, that was stunning. Good work. Good work. Now that's almost like Jesse would be up on stage getting pelted with vegetables by C, and then all of a sudden out comes this other comedian to take her place out from backstage, and then he just comes out with that joke that just kills everybody.
This reminds me of the Knife Professor scene.
Yeah.
Reggie.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think we got 2 more coming. Number 11. Why are friends a lot like snow? If you pee on them, they disappear. Wow. Chris Rock made a G.I. Jane joke at the expense of Jada Pinkett Smith. Jada has alopecia, is the medical term for baldness since 2018. This upset Will Smith. He stormed the stage and smacked him. Okay, then. Well, all righty. I can see that. Okay. Well, that makes a lot more sense. Thanks for clearing that up. Okay. That makes sense. Where did Susie go after walking on the minefield? Everywhere. What happens when you wear a beanie? Don't shave and pick your nose while on YouTube. You end up in a daze.
That's all I'm doing. Not saying anything else.
What WWE event is most respectful? Survivor Series, says Alicia. All right, I changed my mind. Ashley now wins.
I wonder why.
Bruh.
Oh no!
Wow. Wow. Oh man. Jesse, get to 12 because I don't want to stick around to find out what more is going to come out. Ashley wins the night for that. Anyway. Yep. That about sums it up. What has this stream degraded into? Jesse, do you have the 12th one, or are we good? I mean, at this point, I think we should just go. Man, well, the getting's good. She's okay. Here it is. It will take 2 comments, so watch carefully. Was that the joke? Or is there more? Just then, nothing can beat that. No, you're absolutely right. No, I agree. I agree. Total letdown. Oh my god. Well, that's it, I guess. I think we're done here. Yes. So thank you for being with us. Nope, it's still going. It wasn't over. Okay. Man walks into an enchanted forest and tries to cut down a talking tree. You can't cut me down, the tree exclaims. I'm a talking tree. I think there's more to this. You may be a talking tree, but you will die a log.
Wow. So violent.
I actually agree with C. LOL. Well, there you go. We're getting out of here before anything really, really bad happens. Anyway, thank you for coming out. We really, really appreciate it. Look at the look on Jeff's face. I can't. I just can't. Good night, guys. Stay safe. Be kind to one another. And hopefully we will see you all again for our next show, which I think is Abby's Window tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
Oh god.
I'm not really sure anymore. We will talk to you all soon. If we don't see you for Abby's, we'll see you for Impact on Thursday. Have a great rest of your night. And good night.